Breaking up, going back again. We know it's wrong, but we do what we can to fix what we had. When did it all become so bad? Is this love or something else? I just can't figure out myself. Maybe it's time for us to move on, but we can't let go, we can't be strong. Let me go. Going back again. We know it's wrong, but we do what we can to fix what we had. When did it all become so bad? Is this love or something else? I just can't figure out myself. Maybe it's time for us to move on, but we can't let go, we can't be strong.
Voices crawl inside your head. Remember all the words you said. Look inside and you will find the strength to carry through it. So I say, never give up, never give in. I want you to do something right, do it to win. Indestructible, yeah, indestructible.
Freaka TV, Freakup Studio Live, 2021, GSL Season 3.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 4th day of GSL, the last day of the round of 16. We did Group D. We've mixed up the order a little bit here for scheduling because of scheduling conflicts. So we're going to close it out with Group C tonight.
That's correct. And Group C should be pretty fun.
Yeah.
We have Rogue in it, of course, who I think you have to look at as a favorite of every tournament. So hopefully we're seeing him perform very well here tonight. Would love to see him actually win the tournament, to be honest. I want someone challenging Maru for that.
Oh,
that
for
G5L trophy.
Yeah, to try to get that streak going. We've got Zoun as well, one of the newer players here in the GSL. I think he's probably the guy, if I had to bet, would get out second place. What about you?
Yeah, no, I would totally agree with that. Like, I mean, Kira on the top of his game could theoretically get out, but his first opponent being DRG makes it tough because DRG is almost a Terran sniper, in my opinion.
He is so good at ZVT. It's pretty insane. The thing is, I don't see DRG beating Zoun, definitely not beating Rogue.
Yeah.
That's my
I think
take.
that you and I are basing on the same wavelength, so I'm going to sit this one out.
Are we...
The tension has become too much.
I know.
Tasteless.
Listen, the sexual tension built up between you and me over the 11 years of casting.
11 years.
Something was going to go down eventually. One of us was going to try something. Might as well be now, okay? One of us is going to get experimental. So, as you can see, guys, we've got 6 players now in the round of 8. And today, 2 move on and 2 are knocked out. We'll go to the next phase of the tournament.
Yeah, and it's kind of hilarious, right? That first place from this group plays Dark, and Dark barely eliminated Rogue last season, right?
Yeah.
And then ended up winning. Like, that's probably the most dangerous player for Rogue.
Yeah.
Is Dark. So, like, if he wins the group, which he should, then suddenly it's like, oh, that might happen again. Who knows?
No.
No? Okay.
이병렬 선수 이야기 나눠보도록 하겠습니다.
용호가 황교석 선수를 뽑을 줄 알았는데 뭔가 제가 생각한 대로 안 올라가가지고 아니면은 박한솔 선수랑 고민을 하고 있는데 누굴 뽑아야 될지 좀 고민이 돼요.
아니 근데 황교석을 데려갔다가 뺏길 수 있잖아요.
성호가 저한테 제가 뽑는 선수 안 데려간다고 약속해가지고
석영이 쉽지 않나요?
그래서 황교석을 추천한다.
제가 봐도 제가 좀 더 낫긴 한데 지인의 정을 믿다가 괜히 뒤통수 맞을 수도 있으니까 박한솔 선수를 추천합니다.
이야.
선택하겠습니다.
선택하겠습니다. 자, 빠른 선택 이병렬 선수 바로 가서
있는다면
와 박한솔이에요.
박한솔 선수가 한 80% 생각을 했고 토스랑 테란이랑 딱 있으면 좋을 것 같아서 뽑았습니다.
이왕 이렇게 된 거 열심히 하겠습니다. 고민을 많이 했는데 서브전을 더 하고 싶어가지고 서브가 한 분밖에 없잖아요.
저그전 하고 싶으시다고 하시니까 들어가도 괜찮아요. 사실 이번 조지명 씨 빼고 그 전에는 항상 별로 그렇게 크게 감흥이 없었는데 되게 재밌네요. 네, 어디를 가든 좋을 것 같아요.
이야. 네, 바로 가서 다른 선수들도 이 도전장을 내밀지 않았거든요.
왠지 저그
하나요?
테란전이나 토스전은 자신이 없어가지고 서브를 골랐어요.
지명권이 없는 상태로 끝나는 것보다는 훨씬 나은 것 같아요.
남은 선수가 황교석 선수와 김동욱 선수인데 이게 뽑으면 가고 주성 올 수 있거든요.
사실상 선택지가 없어가지고.
선택지가 아예 없어요?
성호가 이미 규석이를 바꿔가겠다고 이미 얘기를 했기 때문에 도기에 그냥 시조 확정의 소감을 한번 듣고
네, 시조 확정의 소감.
저는 나쁘지 않은 것 같고요. 좀 더 열심히 해서 잘 해봐야 될 것 같아요.
이야, 박수 선수의 선택을 좀 보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 사실상 지금 황규석 선수는 못 데려가거든요. 야, 여기 들어가게 됐고, 와,
Round of 16, Group C. Rogue, Zoun, DRG, Pure. 2021 GSL Season 3, CEST.
All right, we're ready to go into our games. First match, Rogue versus Zoun.
All right, this is actually a really sick match. It is a bit surprising that Rogue chose Zoun to play against because I think Zoun is super strong. And he's still improving really quickly, so it's hard to put a finger, I think, exactly on how good he's going to be here tonight. Obviously, Rogue is favored against everyone, always. But yeah, I mean, there is some danger. Unless Zoun just is like, I don't know, I'm going to do adept builds all night.
I don't think we're going to have that. Zoun's got a very modern style, and it was cool when he first joined the tournament. You know, a lot of the players in GSL are, you know, the regular names you see, but now that we've got Zoun, now that we've got Percival, it's exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to usher in a whole new generation of top-tier StarCraft 2 pros.
No, it's good to see some guys squeeze in there in these little windows, right? People are going to the military, people are coming back.
Yeah.
So there's like this kind of like general fall off as some players are not practicing as hard as they're about to go, and then the guys who are coming back are not quite in full tip-top shape yet, and maybe they're not completely caught up with the metagame, that type of thing. But yeah, it's cool to see. I want to see these guys succeed and do well. And I agree with you on everything you said about the group. So I think these guys are the favorites. They got to play each other first, Tasteless.
Yeah, tough start here for Zoun, but if he could win this, that would be a pretty incredible upset. I think what you said is worth mentioning every time, Artos. Is like, Rogue is basically always the favorite for tournaments, right? Him or Morrow.
Yeah.
So you got to think he's probably going to advance here. Guys, first map is ready to go. We're going to start this out on Romanticide. Rogue versus
GSL
Zoun.
Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue.
Yeah, he's on the coat, of course. There's been, for the past, hold on. Let's let Andy say what he wants to say.
Alpha X, Zoun.
Okay, Andy, thank you. But yeah, like for the past, what has it been? 5, 6, let's call it 6 years-ish. It's like, in my opinion, like I've always said, it's like Rogue, TY, and CEST. I'll just always bet on them to win.
Right.
They're just like absolute killers for their race, always at super high levels. And Rogue has really lived up to that. Damn. Oh, look at that. Only 4 and 3 against Zoun, and that's mostly like really new.
Yeah, these are stats that are actually pretty applicable, unlike a lot of times when you see stats in StarCraft where I'm like, well, I don't know, man, that was 6 years ago. But yeah, Zoun, how many years have we had Zoun for now? Is it 2?
Well, he was
3?
He was around at the very beginning of the Switch, right? He played like Pro League or something, and he never made it into GSL, and then he went away, and now he's back. So he's been back, like he was playing in online cups and stuff for a while, and now he's, what GSL number is this for? Number 6 or something? Something like that.
I think so, yeah. So
I mean,
probably
they
about
said
exactly 2
it said
years.
it on the graphic earlier, but I can't read, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have players like this that are new and fresh. So we have the pro block, the natural hatchery. This second hatch is going to be over here at third base, although I don't feel like this makes it easier to attack into. The third base on this map is always pretty cozy. It's kind of tucked away. It's hard to really engage it.
It is a little bit
Cozy.
cozy, isn't it? My kids love that word.
Cozy?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's such a good map for turtling, and wouldn't be surprised if we see like a Stargate opener here. I'd actually like to see from Zoun Void Rays into Sky Toss.
Yeah.
There's the Stargate. And it's a little bit tricky, right? Because he does start the Warp Gate before the Stargate, and the Overlord is always looking for that. But even that, you know, is something that happens enough that it's still going to be in Rogue's mind that it could be Stargate.
So you were talking about you don't want to see adept builds. It's still possible post Stargate to have adept builds, but it does seem like adepts haven't really ever increased their success, with the exception of Zest, for a short period of time. It always seems like adept pressure and adept buildup is like strong, but it's going to get figured out. And then eventually it's going to be zoned into an area where you can try it, but if you don't succeed, you're not going to have any opportunities later on in the game.
Well, and let me specify this exactly with the adept build. So I think the only two players that should ever do adept builds are CEST and SOS at this point. Because CEST, of course, is like the actual king of optimizing builds for Protoss. He's leading the pack in that always. Like, there are players better than him, like Trap and Stats was, right? But, like, Zest is actually the guy that, like, rebirthed the adept builds, for instance. In fact, Zest is responsible for more Protoss build orders than anyone else. And then, like, SOS has recently gone adepts several times. But the thing is, adepts are such a tactical unit. Like, when he went adepts, it looked good. It still looked very, very strong because he was actually adding some very different stuff into it that made it work out, and I think that worked out well for him. So, yeah, I think those are the ones.
It's a funny thing because, like, Zest was always aggressive, right? He always had these builds that would build up to trying to do something to the Zerg at a certain point in time. And Parting's like that too, but Parting doesn't really go adepts at all. He was always playing, some kind of different way where Zest is really the guy that, like, post having an economy setup would try to figure out the right time and attack.
Yeah, well, Parting, and this is an adept build, so we'll see how it goes. But Parting, that it's not within his skill set, and I think that, well, that's why I said that Zest and SOS are good people for adept builds. But for Parting, when you look at it, he's not really like that. Like, he will optimize certain rushes and stuff very, very well. But, like, he's a guy that has some of the best micro in the world. Adepts are not micro units at all.
Yeah.
It's not, like, part of the Adepts, so...
Well, they can be microed, but yeah, it's not something you're going to finesse out a lot of damage
yeah,
with.
Exactly.
I mean, like, unless you count the shading as some form of a micro,
no.
Like you're going to fake them out by going in two different directions and then
we have to draw lines somewhere.
Yeah.
Shading is not micro.
It's kind of a little bit micro or two.
Oh,
it's just very easy to do.
You Protoss apologist, you. That is not micro. Clicking F and click is not micro.
I like that you call me a Protoss apologist.
Yeah. Look, and the thing is, I play Protoss in StarCraft 2 to be completely clear,
but
no, shading is not micro.
Okay. There, look at the micro. See that?
Whoa! Look at that sick shade.
He's microing over there.
He clipped him to the side and he canceled. Okay, so the adepts come in, the adepts go out. Can't explain that.
Can't explain that.
2 Stargates behind. So this has some flair to it. I find this interesting, the way that he's going adepts here, right? He's not relying upon these at all. In fact, this is more of a fake out, I would say, than anything else. Right? Like, you're forcing units. You're acting like you're going to hurt him, but really you're just making a ton of Void Rays at home. Oh, Lingbane Hydra is going to be the taste of the day here for Rogue. So this will be interesting to see him play against that. Like, he's going 3 Stargate Void Ray. Okay, it's going to get scouted now. And, like, if you're actually putting every dime into the Void Rays, they have to mass up a lot of Hydras to be able to attack you, and then you need something else there as well.
Right.
This is going to be interesting to see how Zoun wants to deal with this. It's cool, though. I like what I'm seeing. This should be an interesting game.
Yeah, a lot of build-up here. I like the way that Zoun played this. It wasn't any kind of adept pressure that was hinged on actually doing a lot of damage. It just kept the Zerg honest. You know, he's got 3 bases up now. He's got a healthy economy.
He's got more workers than Rogue does, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He
so,
does,
like,
yeah.
I mean, tell me those adepts didn't do something. That was great.
Yeah, it's kept the Zerg now almost even with the Protoss.
Honestly, like, the Lingbane Hydra as a counter to it, this actually was kind of a thing back when Lingbane Hydra was a thing, where it's like, okay, if they're going mass adepts and you go Lingbane Hydra, if you don't die, you're in great shape, because the adepts don't do anything after we hit critical mass with those units.
Right.
But because he's gone into Sky Toss, it's made it a very... It's like a very interesting set of units on both sides here, and I'm just very excited kind of to see how Zoun tries to hold on against this, because the way he's standing, I feel like he's not even aware of what's happening. I mean, 26 Hydras beat 7 Void Rays tasteless last time I checked.
Yeah.
And Lingbane beats 10 adepts.
Look at you, Mr. Math guy.
Look at me doing
Mr.
math.
Calculator over here. That's what they call him.
That's what they call me.
No, yeah,
They call me chalkboard. Professors use me to figure out mathematical problems, Tasteless.
They call me that because they draw on me with chalk. Okay, so the Hydras and Banes
Zoun
are coming.
is dead, man.
Yeah.
He is the deadest.
Well, it's funny
ever.
we're praising Zoun's setup, and it's like,
I like
oh,
the
you know what
idea.
beats this?
Yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, go back to the shield battery.
Yeah, that's good. That'll help you against Banelings.
Oh man.
All right, this is like the floor is lava right now. You cannot be down there. There's too many Banes.
The floor is Hydras.
The floor is
Banelings.
Banelings, my friend.
Yeah, that's much scarier than lava.
Look at this. This is so funny because we were praising Zoun's build so much, and then it's like, oh, Rogue's like, no, never, ever, ever do this to me in game ever again.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I thought he might have something planned to deal with that, but it seems like he wasn't even aware of what was going on.
Are you saying that there's no there there?
There's no there there?
There's no there there?
What?
You never heard that?
No.
Oh, never mind.
What is going on here?
There's no there there. All right, well, Zoun just dealt with a kind of humiliating loss. I mean, that was one where, like, they both came in with plans, and clearly Rogues will never lose to whatever Zoun was trying to do, which that's been painful, especially, you know, when you think of just how much hard work you put into prepping for a GSL group to get dumpstered like that is pretty brutal.
Well, Lingbane Hydra, we actually talked about this quite a bit during the GSL finals of Dark vs. Trap, because he went it against Trap, and it's like, I almost feel like how to beat that has collectively left the conscience of Protoss players, because it's been so long since it's been popular, right?
Right.
So that's kind of funny. Like, Rogue might have noticed that and just be like, I don't know, they're going to have to figure this one out again, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see if we have a more active approach here from Zoun. Blackburn is going to be our map for game 2. Is he going to take a... Oh, no, he's put his headphones back on. All right. There's a whole mini game that you guys don't see, which is, do I have to put my blazer back on?
Yeah, it's not a mini game you're particularly good at, to be honest.
There's been a couple times where they're like, we're going back on camera and my arm's stuck trying to get in the blazer.
Yeah. You got those game
And what you guys,
man.
what you guys don't know is if I'm ever seen without my casting blazer on, I burst into flames, right? I turn into stone. It's like a reverse Medusa thing.
You're a vampire, but really it's only when you don't have your blazer on the camera's looking at you.
Season 3. Codex.
All right, guys, game 2. Let's do this.
Pesos has to ask to come in your house to take off the blazer.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Rogue.
That's it. Oh, that's so funny.
It's like getting ready to take off. I'm like, no, Tasteless, you can't come. He's like, damn it. Turns around and leaves.
I must go stalk someone else's home now.
Zoun.
What was that joke we had a while ago? That we had pajama blazers we could sleep in not casting?
Oh, God, I forgot about that.
So funny. So, yeah, let's see if Zoun plays a different game. I do wonder if, you know, going for those adepts, we talked about, like, okay, great, he's got more probes, I think 2 more probes to be precise. And, you know, he's set up a pretty good economy. Unfortunately, Rogue just ran him over with the units that he had. And, you know, I wonder if there's a different way that Zoun can get to that same spot, but actually have defense. You know, when you look at Adept Void Ray, I mean, nothing counters that harder than Baneling Hydra.
Yeah. Well, if someone goes Lingbane Hydra, it really comes down to building lots of High Templars and keeping them alive. Because Storm is really kind of the only answer there. And I thought maybe he had something else up his sleeve where, you know, maybe it's like map, because that map is very defendable. You could do something like Shield Battery Cannon, Void Ray perhaps, right? Some force fields mixed in there, like that type. I figured he had something like that, but instead he was like down taking a 4th, which showed he like literally was not even. It's almost like he doesn't even know where he is, right? Like I don't even know how to explain it because it was.
I'm a
guys,
little bit. Artosis is the first time I've seen him stumped on how to talk.
Because okay, so he had an Oracle flying around.
Uh-huh.
He had Adepts going around, so it's not like he couldn't have any intel here. But the fact that he was on low ground with 10 Adepts and 7 Void Rays, with that much Lingbane Hydra on the other side of the rocks, and he's like trying to take a 4th base, I don't even know what to call that. That's so out of touch with what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely was treating that like he couldn't be attacked there.
Yeah.
He's like, but what about these Void Rays? And then the Hydras shoot them all down. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, why was I making these Void Rays anyways? Maybe if he got into Storm faster.
Well, Storm is generally what the counter is, right? Like you make enough shield batteries and stuff until you have enough Storm, and then like, you know, they eventually have to switch out of that, and that Lingbane Hydra doesn't greatly transition into anything. So, anyways, weird game. Rogue smashes him, and now we have a Roachhorn on the way. Void Ray in production.
Yeah, Roachhorn on 2 bases.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be very good.
Yeah, this is not going to be strong against Void Rays.
No.
How do you like that casting?
But tasteless. Don't you remember the TSO with Mondragon? Roaches are the counter to Void Rays. I had someone bring that up the other day. It's like, oh my god, what a blast from the past. But yeah, there's a bunch of Roaches and Lings being made. Obviously, Void Ray should be able to hold this. If he has any intel on this coming, he can just make a bunch of shield batteries and live pretty easily. He does have an Oracle coming out. Well, I mean, let's see. Rogue might just catch him.
Yeah, the Lings are going to be coming up here.
Man.
The issue is going to be that there might be too many Lings and Roaches to actually deal with all at once. Oracles could stop this for a moment, but he gets enough out here.
Oh my god, like, he just saw the units run by and he chased up near the 3rd Nexus. Like, the 3rd Nexus doesn't matter. It's all about not dying right now.
Yeah, okay, so he's going to get in here, and we were wrong, man. This is just, with this many Lings and Roaches, you're never going to be able to kill this off in time before all the workers are completely and totally wiped out.
I don't even understand what I'm looking at here today. Zoun is like, he has units that gather information, and he doesn't... he has, like, Adepts and Oracles and Void Rays, and, like, even when he sees it coming, he's slow to react. I don't know what the hell I'm watching, but it's... honestly, it's terrible.
Yeah, that is going to be...
Like,
he's about to have no powered buildings. I mean, the probe's really nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. He's not mining this entire time either. And so, I mean, we're going to be seeing the end of this game shortly here. He's going to dive on that pylon. And this is going to be GG.
Yeah, like, I mean...
I can't believe how one-sided the series turned out to be.
Well, Zoun is like playing by himself.
He's
things are happening
playing single player for sure.
He's not doing anything. He's like not like he built a shield battery before blocking a single Adept that is being massively attacked. Like, and the thing is, he was still going to die there, but it's like not even the right ordering.
Yeah,
like this guy's at the top of the ladder and goes in GSL every season, does well, and he's like doesn't know the ordering of what you build at your natural. I don't believe that. Like, what is happening tonight with Zoun? This is terrible play.
It's pretty bad, dude. Okay, well, Rogue wins. Made it look really easy. Like, really, 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 really easy. Really made Zoun almost look like he didn't know how to adapt in the matchup at all. Like, he came with the wrong playbook entirely, which you don't see that often, or almost ever really in GSL.
No.
But anyways, guys, commercial break. We come back, DRG versus Cure.
Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment.
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫식스.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 실성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 실성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해? 퇴근하고? 오늘은 유셰프, 내일은 유러너, 주말엔 유목수. 그걸 다? 본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스. 이번 주 등산 어때? 등산, 캠핑? 그래서 주말엔 낚시? 내가 낚인 거지. 그래도 나오니까 좋잖아. 일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타. 아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Round of 16, Group C. Road, Zoun, ERG, Cure. 2021 GSL Season 3, CEST. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to go to the second best of three. This is DRG versus Cure, and this has to be closer than that last game, or that last series, I guess I should say, that we just cast.
Yeah, let's just never even speak of that series ever again. DRG versus Cure, yeah, this could be an amazing match. DRG's ZBT, when he's on, man, he is on. He looks fantastic. Cure, likewise. If he is on, his Terran vs. Zerg is really super awesome. One of the best in the world, to be honest. But Cure has been bumpy for a while now.
Yeah.
He's had some Garbo games, like what was it, Super Tournament 1 or something this year, where it was like,
yeah, he had like some of the worst games we saw all year.
They were very much like those Zoun games we just saw, where it's like, what are you even doing?
Very hot or cold.
Yeah, but when he's on, man, he looks fantastic. He looked very good in his Code A matches.
Yeah.
I think, I guess I give a slight edge to DRG, but I almost feel like it's more on how Cure is playing than anything else. Like, if Cure plays at his best, I think he can beat DRG, and it's a pretty decent series, like a 2-1. But if Cure is off at all, I could see DRG just wiping the floor with him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, this is it's going to be an interesting one. You know, DRG has managed to keep even that old style that, you know, he was really made his own, you know, massing Yuta and Ling Bane. He's kept that in the modern era of StarCraft 2. We'll see if he plays like that this time. He has dabbled into Road to Ravager a little bit, although not to great success. But let's see what he's got.
All right. Blackburn going to be our first map, and we are just about ready to get going. What is your actual prediction here?
I think DRG 2-1.
Okay.
What about you?
Cure 2-1.
Oh, wow.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Team Envy, DRG. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
So Artosis,
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, but I did try the horse meat, the canned horse meat.
Oh, how was it?
So there was all this buildup. I made a goal on my stream, like a sub goal, and we got to it pretty quickly. And then I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to go microwave the horse meat. That's what I said.
You did microwave
I did microwave it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Opened up the can, poured it in there. Yellow liquid in the can, kind of.
Yellow liquid?
Yeah, kind of. The horse meat's like kind of brown, a little bit like beef-like.
Now,
oh my God! Hold on a second.
Oh, 3 racks.
Well, I'll just finish the story real quick then. I tried it, and it tasted fine. It's like beef. I thought I had like made this.
Was it pre-cooked?
I don't know.
Okay, so you
the
took
can's
a
in
can
Russian.
of raw horse meat that was in yellow liquid,
and I
you microwaved it and you ate it.
Yeah.
Because you hit a sub goal.
Yeah, and then it turned out to be fine. I'm like, oh, I thought I was debasing myself. Sorry, guys.
Well, you were, and it worked out. But
yeah.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I'm gonna go buy more horse meat. I'm gonna cook something with it. It was actually like totally fine. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Oh my God. Okay,
I put it on Instagram, and people were like, oh, that's high quality horse meat from like Belarus.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's nice at least. I'm glad it was high quality with that yellow liquid. I hate it when it's cheap yellow liquid with my horse meat.
So,
and I really like how you cooked it as well, but we can talk more about that in a minute here.
Yeah, we've got the 3 racks Reaper Rush. Let's see if DRG can hang on. Now, he's obviously sees that he's... When you see 1 Reaper, you don't immediately think, oh, you know, there's going to be a lot more in the mail. But when he sees the 2nd and soon the 3rd, he's going to realize, oh, this is a big commitment to this. Now, Reapers don't scale well in the game later on, but if you can get enough Reapers that can generate a snowballing effect.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, he's doing well so far. That is a very red queen right now. 3 Reapers at a time. They do heal up. The creep is not to the side at all. So, really, he gets to decide how these fights go. Dude, I think Cure's... This looks like it's going to snowball to me.
Yeah, this looks like, especially if that last Reaper isn't killed, that it's going to start to heal in a second.
That's it, man.
This is
You're not taking this one.
Oh, gets that one.
Oh, that was a hilarious
The
one.
queen actually went over. It's the X Games over here with this queen.
It's the X Games. Oh, tasteless.
The queen ollied over the Reapers.
You're such an extreme athlete, tasteless.
This is going to win.
Yeah. No, when he killed the 2nd queen, it was, I mean, at that point, you don't have anything left. You're going to just destroy DRG just like you destroyed that horse meat.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I'm just like, I'm thinking of like a can of meat that I might have in my house, and if I were to eat it, if I would, I don't know, put it into a frying pan and then cook it until it changes color, or put it in a microwave. Did you put the yellow liquid on the plate with the horse meat?
Yeah.
Did you mash up, or was it still in a can shape?
No, I mashed it up.
You did? Okay.
Yeah. With my spoon and then with my mouth, if you know what I'm saying.
You are just...
The best thing you said in that other cast, when I was talking about the canned horse meat, is you said, oh, God, Tastes, everything that everybody thinks about you is true. Well, oh, my God, I almost fell out of my chair. I somehow unlocked my chair and went into real climb mode. I almost had my first major casting injury.
Only Tasteless can mess up sitting in a chair. My horse meat eating friend.
Team Envy, DRG. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Talk to me, Artosis.
I'm
Artosis
going
is
through my
staring at
entire
the ceiling
brain
right now.
Well, this is me like getting my eyes off of anything that can stimulate my brain so that I can try to go through my memory banks and think of any food I've ever taken out of a can that had yellow liquid on it, and if I ever saw yellow liquid, if I would actually then eat said food. And the thing about me,
But
tasteless,
Artosis, you're a picky
the thing
eater.
about
You were a
me,
vegetarian. Yeah.
no, that has nothing to do with it because I'm not anymore. But like,
Yeah.
the thing about me tasteless is that I'm afraid of dying, so I probably would not have eaten that when it had the yellow liquid.
Can you imagine if I did die? It's like what happened? It's like he ate horse meat.
Yeah.
He microwaved it and then died right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's about.
Like, he microwaved it? Like, does he know that that just vibrates the water molecules? It does, it's like it's not a good way to actually cook things. It's for warming.
Yeah, one person a year dies from eating uncooked horse meat, and this year it was tasteless.
Oh, my God. Make a new thing, the Tasteless Awards. It's like the Darwin Awards, but with a better ID.
But with just stupider stuff. So I really like what Kier in that last game did with the triple Rax
Yeah,
Reaper.
that was cool. Like the placement of it, the rally.
It's actually an old build too. We just haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah. Kind of cool for Blackburn, right? Because you kind of do have that close rush distance, and then it's like the back of their main where they're not going to have creep. They can't really get anything over there very quickly.
Yeah.
It was, I thought that was cool. That was a smart build there from Kier, and feeling pretty good about his play so far. It was well executed and everything. Not that that's like a super complicated thing, but definitely caught DRG off guard. We'll see if DRG can, fight back, give us a nice macro game. I'd like to see a nice macro game from here. Like give us that kind of interesting take on the 3-Rax Reaper, and then give us mass spore colonies.
So he's going to chase that Ling out now. We do have an armory coming here. On this one base build.
One base Hellbat maybe, or it could be one base like he could go mines as well, right? Like some invisible Widow mines would not be bad here. Now it looks like it's going to be Hellbat. So yeah, this is a interesting take as well. Like I mean, oh dude, look at that! Oh, he brought some real builds today, Tasteless.
Yeah, this is super cool. This is
he's about to microwave DRG with
he's
these
about
Hellbats.
to microwave him like a can of horse meat.
So there's definitely going to be yellow liquid this game. It's going to be the bile that DRG's throwing up as he dies to an SCV Hellbat push at 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
Here we go. There is not adequate defense right now.
Dude, auto repair on these SCVs, this is
pretty nasty. The Queens, all of them are going to be coming down now. Hellbats have been transformed. And I just don't, this is going to just snowball.
Dude, the repair on the medevac is hilarious here. And it actually gets over the hatchery. Okay, he boosts it back. I was going to say, like, that's the only way it's going to die. He kills off the Queens.
This is an awesome build.
Yeah, this is super cool. I like this.
Oh, he's repairing it. Oh, this game's over, man. You remember when I said at the start of the series that it couldn't be as one-sided as Zoun versus Rogue? Well, wow, was that a bad call.
Yeah, no, the day of one-sided games.
The Mobius strip day.
Okay, so Kier goes on to that winner's match. We're speed running here in Group D, or Group C.
We've been live for 43 minutes. That
Let's just
includes
go
the
home.
intro. Yeah, this is...
Like, all right, guys, based on what we saw here today, Rogue and Kier advance. Thank you for watching.
We realized this group was way too complicated to get the result we all knew was coming.
Yeah, DRG not too happy with that. I mean, that was two one-base
embarrassing
builds.
loss. 2 embarrassing losses, I should say. But a defeat in that best of 3. And like,
that was well prepped though by Kier, I want to say. I think that was nice. I love the SCVs, coming over 3 SCVs for the repair. Like, it's the way you kill that, you target down the medevac, and he could not kill the medevac.
Yeah, the medevac was the MVP there. Just barely stayed alive. Short break, guys. We'll be right back with the winner's match. Don't go away.
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 날을 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫6.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 칠성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 칠성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해? 퇴근하고? 오늘은 유셰프, 내일은 유러너, 주말엔 유목수. 그걸 다? 본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스.
이번 주 등산 어때? 등산.
캠핑? 그래서 주말엔 낚시?
내가 낚인 거지. 그래도 나오니까 좋잖아.
일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피 칸타타. 아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지 아이시스 8.0.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
힘들어도
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지.
오늘이 보여.
새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다.
어나더 레벨 핫식스.
이렇게 좋은 날엔 홈캠핑이지. 홈캠핑엔 고기, 고기엔 칠성사이다. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 완벽하네. 칠성사이다.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 반도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭. 올리브유 또르르. 우와. 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
핫식스 타임! 저는 이 핫식스로 선수들에게 응원을 보내보도록 하겠습니다. 꽂혔다면 쏟아부어! 인생 직진 음료 핫식스!
새로운 친구가 나왔습니다. 핫식스 커피 로키.
모델이 멋있네.
쏟아부어 인생 직진 음료 핫식. Round of 16, Group C. Rogue, Zoun, ERG, Pure. 2021 GSL Season 3, CEST. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to go to the winners match. Rogue versus Cure is coming up. Cure came with some extremely prepped TVZ builds. I want to see what he does here against Rogue, because clearly he skates by DRG no problem, but Rogue is a completely different beast. And I don't know, but if Cure is prepped as well as he did for that first best of 3, maybe he's got something cool and surprising that can throw Rogue off here.
Here's the reality of the situation. Rogue now has to look at what he just did, but realistically, Cure didn't show anything. Right?
Yeah.
Like, he showed 2 very specific one-base all-ins.
Yeah.
He probably won't do that against him, but let's see.
Yeah, let's see what he's got. You'd almost feel like you would have more macro builds set up for DRG and then the super cheesy builds for Rogue, right? But let's see what happens.
GSL Season 3, CEST. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue.
Tasis, I hope he just rallies 3 Rex or Reaper over and kills Rogue exactly the same. That would be so funny.
Well, we might have something close to that. Well, this is 2 SCVs at once. That's
you got to get by the Overlord, right? That's
that makes sense.
That's the most
you have to
important
get
thing.
them out there.
Yeah,
so it's not cost efficient, but it is an ideal way to get into the blind spot, basically, of the Zerg's scout to confirm this isn't happening. This is not Reapers, by the way. This is going to be Marines pushing to get bunkers up here. It's going to go one way or the other for this pretty quickly. I mean, he's either going to dominate the hatchery, kill it, and the game's going to end, or the Zerg is going to fight back effectively enough that the Terran is going to have a really difficult position, because the barracks that are producing are obviously on the other side of the map. There's not really a whole lot to defend at home. So let's see how this goes. But really, knowing is more than half the battle with the Zerg in this situation, and it doesn't seem like the Zerg is aware of this at all. So this could absolutely just blindside Rogue here.
No, it totally can.
For what is appearing so far, as we're getting to the halfway point of today, to be the fastest GSL group we've had in a while.
Seriously.
So the bunker started.
Oh, man.
And the drone should be able to come down here and identify. Oh my God!
Worst case scenario for him.
Yeah, that's
that
literally
is
as
the
late
latest
as it
you
can
can
be.
scout. Oh man, already 3 Marines out. There's 4lings just started, 2 Queens just started. This hatchery's basically gone.
If this was going to work, it would be in a circumstance like this. I mean, it was literally spotted at the last moment humanly possible to spot. Snipes one Ling even. There's a Roach Warren that started here.
Okay. Well, that's, you have very few choices on how to bust out of this, and Ravager is oftentimes what you end up going for. So he's getting that second gas. He'll be going Ravagers to get out, and we'll see if he can recover. Now, the one important thing to remember about this is Maru's the best at proxy Raxus in the world.
Yeah.
And obviously that's a teammate of Rogue, and Cure used to be. So you put that all together, and it's like, okay, well, he's definitely good at not only defending it, but like fighting back from it.
I love this. Just retreats from the Broodlings perfectly. Lets the bunker soak the damage from that. So basically, this is mission success here for Cure with the opening. I don't know if the Terran has an easy way to just execute the Zerg from here on out, but you basically have already crippled the Zerg. And now a fight down here on the low ground. That's going to be it. I was going to say, it's going to go from there, in one of two ways, after the bunker rush succeeds, either Zerg sits back on one base, powers up to Ravagers, and tries to fight the long game, or the Roaches and Lings and Queens come down and try to reclaim that natural expansion. That's what Rogue tried to do, and it backfired. And so Cure's up 1-0. And by the way, what is going on here? Cure is just cheesy with some of the best. Yeah, I love it. He's absolutely out prepping. He only needs one more game like the 3 he's already had, and he'll be in the round of 8.
Yeah, Romanticide, maybe a little bit cheeser for him to get a quick victory on, but who knows? I mean, what he's planned out so far, this guy doesn't even have a C button on his keyboard.
No.
There's no turning around here.
Our game is now loaded up, guys. This is game 2 right now, here with a 1-0 lead versus Rogue.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
I almost choked.
All right.
That's funny. All right. Yeah! 3
Okay. Well,
racks.
I think it's 2 racks and then a Scout SCV
No, I
possibly?
think it's 3 racks, dude.
You think? Oh, okay. And so what we might end up seeing then is the SCVs mine out this right here.
So-
and yeah.
Yeah, the idea is that this map was built so that you could not beeline to their base, so they have these little mineral patches blocking. But of course, if you have 3 SCVs, you can just mine out each of the patches and generate a beeline.
Yeah, 2 SCVs will mine out a single patch. This is a cool first, though, from Rogue. I think he's kind of caught on to the fact that Kier is playing very cheesy, very aggressive games here today. So we'll see if that's going to be enough. Like, just because you go full first doesn't mean you automatically win.
And in some ways, there can be disadvantages to this as well, because you get your other hatchery out a little bit later.
Yeah,
so
it's less larva. You can't really use spines or anything like that.
Right. The creep is also, they're much later. So it's not that cut and dry. Now, what's going to stop this if he goes for Lings is going to be Ling's speed.
Well, he just got the gas, so it's going to be a long ways until that's ready. Okay, he comes up and sees the timing of this, so he'll probably cancel that bunker.
Yeah, he's going to actually
I'm surprised he's even... I almost feel like he just needs to fall back and wait a couple rounds and then try to go, but I guess Okay. He's decided, you know what, let's just continually rally, let's get this up immediately. There is a spine being made, but of course that's going to have to walk down.
Yeah, it's going to be very slow off of creep, as the queen is. The bunker's halfway done. There's 2 SCVs. One is being shot at that's making the bunker. The other is... Okay, this bunker's going to finish, actually.
Yeah.
And that's, step 1 in making this work. Good intercept here.
Yeah, he needs moves like that, but there's already 6 Marines up here. Oh, God, he actually gets that one as well, so only loses 1 Marine. Going to pull those back, and of course, as he gets like 4, he can cut through this.
Can he cork the entrance with those Marines at the mineral patch? He can, which is not going to quite be enough. Now, I think depending on how the Marines are coming out, I don't know if they're all coming out at the same time or they're staggered. But, oh man, if this hatchery's killed, I kind of can't believe what's going on with Cure here. He's going to try to dive on the bunker. This has to work for the Zerg, or the game could just end outright. He's going on top of these SCVs, so you can't repair. The bunker's going to be destroyed. The Marines will be microed back. Is this the end of the rush?
It seems that way, right? With 3 Queens and the spine at full health. If Rogue hadn't done that kind of wraparound with the Lings, we could have seen like some fancy micro popping the Marines in and out of the bunker, trying to kill off the spine.
Yeah, I was
Instead,
wondering if
he was
that.
microing. Yeah, he had to micro against the Lings, catching his reinforcements.
So he goes for 2 gases now and an expand.
Yeah, I think you have to do it that way. Sending 1 racks across to Scout. Obviously he's not going to be able to break in right there. Definitely looking pretty decent here for Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue is basically broken free here. Is there an actual wall? And there is, but there's nothing behind it. And
he should just GG, I think.
Yeah, he should have made the command center in his main. GG, there it is. All right, game 3, go.
quickest night ever.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see any games where people get up to like 100 supply or something?
You're crazy, Artosis.
I know, that's crazy of you.
Yeah. That's, well, the thing about Curious, the longer the day goes, the more I realize, oh, he only prepped cheese. And when you know your opponent is going to cheese, you can just be very conservative and kind of default out of losing to the cheese with that. And I think, Curious at the end of his rope right now. What is he going to do? Proxy again? I don't think it's going to work. I don't know.
Let's do that one base hell battle and again.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he does. Cure prepped, but he did not prep for macro games so far. Let's see what happens as we go on to Lightshade here.
All right. Yeah. Who do you think, Tasus?
Rogue.
Me too.
Rogies.
Yeah.
Rogies got this, I think.
Okay.
This is game 3, guys. Winner goes on to round of 8.
Season 3. Codex. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
All right. Cool first. See what Cure is going to do, though. Zrax is in his main.
Yeah, I'm mostly just watching Cure here
Yeah.
to see what he's going to do. So, yeah, Rogue goes for the pull first again. That's safer than going hatch first, obviously. Although you could see that even if you go for pull first, it's not that straightforward. Like that the early part of game 2 with these two players was very, very close. It almost looked like Cure might have it.
Yeah, that spine getting down, the targeting of the SCV is very well done. And I guess I wonder what Cure's actual follow-up is here. Like, is he just going to expand his barracks placed to the side here? So does not have that full wall. He's going to send out the SCV scout, that's good for him.
Yeah, and this is going to be a setup to make a command center. So, I mean, nothing wacky yet here from Cure.
No. I think he'll be fine here, especially if he keeps making Marines. Okay, there's the factory. Now he doesn't have a wall, he didn't build this inside, the wall there. He sees the hatchery's not done yet, so he knows that there are Zerglings.
Yeah, he shouldn't know they're inbound here. Because if you see a hatch is still making, it means they had to have gotten the pool at pro level.
Right. Well, the Lings are coming, and we don't see a bunker or anything. He is making more Marines. Ah, look at this. Rogue is actually combing the map right now with the Lynx.
Yeah, he's still confident that there's some sneakiness, but there's actually not. I mean, right now, Cure's doing a pretty ordinary opening.
Yeah, the Lynx actually going back as he takes his third hatchery, so I guess you have to look at this and say that slight edge goes to Cure.
And it's going to be a 1-1-1 post-expand here for Cure.
All right, I look forward to seeing where he wants to go with this one. Reactor finishes up. Is he going to swap that? No, produces Marines.
So, yeah, just normal, run-of-the-mill ZVT so far here. We do have the Widow Mines being made here. So he might be going for Widow Mine drops from this.
He's making a medevac, so he has a decent amount of Marines so far. I think he has 4, 2 more on the way. Could be like Hellions run up and then a 6 Marine, 1 Widow Mine drop type of thing.
Yeah, where you're trying to hit a couple locations at once, right when they're really trying to get those 3 bases going. And if they don't handle everything perfectly, something's going to get out of control somewhere and the damage is going to spike up.
Yeah, here we go. 6 Marine, 1 Widow Mine drop. See if he can find some damage with that. The Ling misses it. It's push that link back.
Yeah, it takes out the spotter Ling. Now this Overlord is also going to see the medevac inbound here, so instead of going past it, he's going to drop here and just try to get the kill. You take what you can get, right? So he picks that up.
Yeah, not a bad kill to start off with. Rogue brings the queens up, but Cure has other plans.
And there's just, oh, that's cute. Just kind of puts it in the tooth area.
Ooh!
Oh, that was sick.
Ooh, that target was awesome. Gets a lot of lings there.
And now he's going for the pool. Here comes the queen now. The lings are going to come in here. Can he juggle these Marines properly? Okay, he takes out the Widow Mine.
Yeah, almost gets the queen there. Rogue does pull it back, though. More queens coming up to help defend. Like, he's killed a lot of lings, but not that many drones yet.
Yeah, he can't quite save those Marines. A bit of an overextension there.
But you know what? 3 drones, that many lings, that lost mining time, the queen, the Overlord. Yeah, look at that.
I think he should have picked up that Widow Mine and pocketed it inside the medevac.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Roach Warren on the way right now, but Siege Shank's already being produced. Layer coming up as well.
So, a pretty nice opening there from Cure. Is Cure going to try to push out here? Stim is done. He's got 5 Marines making it a time. Plus one attack, you know, coming along here. It's about halfway done. There's no 3rd command center, correct? I don't see it.
No, he didn't make a 3rd.
So he's just going to have a 2-base push from here.
Yeah.
The question is, did he hiccup the Zerg enough with that initial drop to then allow this to parlay its way into a successful push onto the 3rd base?
Well, you know, 2 tanks, not bad.
Yeah.
Just scan here to get rid of some of this creep. But,
the Lings are going to get in between this area, but Cure's pretty smart. He already just puts his infantry inside the medevac, knowing that, you know, if he can just jettison this over those Lings, then he's going to have an even stronger position. And it's extremely important right now that Rogue actually stops this. Losing that Overlord is huge.
Oh yeah, he's quite blocked.
Yeah, he cannot produce more here. The Roaches are going to come forward. The Lings are going to hit here from behind, targeting that tank. Both tanks go down in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, so a quick cleanup there by Rogue. The Roaches really doing their job. That Ling flank fantastic as well. Cure's not dead. He is making a 3rd CC right now. He's going to continue to keep that pressure on. He is playing against Roaches, so the medevacs do give him a little bit of flexibility that's going to be hard for Rogue to deal with.
And, you know, this attack's going to come up here. He stayed away pretty safely. You know, the issue with Roaches is always that they're not mobile like Mutalisks or other units that can catch medevacs, so you can try to catch the Zerg out of position, or at least make them work to defend, you know, their area.
Drop in the main base. Oh, he hits the queen and picks up a Ling.
Yeah. No, it's
Marine.
a good snipe right there.
Yeah, high quality. He's going to get another Overlord.
I don't know that Terran is going to have another actual push coming here, though. We see that 3rd command center is being made, and Zerg is about to take a 4th. The hatchery hasn't been planted yet, but we saw the, what do you call it, the hologram of the hatchery, or whatever that is. Where they put it
hologram.
There it is, the hologram.
Yeah. All right, Hydralisk Den coming up, as well as Infestation Pit, so it looks like he does want to transition into Lurker from here.
Nice snipe, by the way. Now going for creep. Well, could be going for creep, but doesn't have time to scan and get that. And Cure, again, I think he's playing a very good game so far. The problem is that Rogue is very good at basically brushing off these attacks, powering up regardless of the harass, and then overpowering the Terran in a later part of the game.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I kind of like the consistent production that we've seen out of Cure here, right? Because this wasn't one of those games where you get like the very fast 3rd CC, you land it as quickly as possible, and you power up the amount of barracks, and then you start to really produce. This has been like a non-stop production with which he has pressured with, and he's actually had 3 Tech Lab Marauders going for a little bit now. So that's pretty darn good against Roach.
Yeah.
Like, before Lurkers are out, I think he has potential for a push coming up.
Okay, we see more tanks branching out to cover the 3rd base. The Zerg is nearly maxed out, but Terran's not that far behind.
Yeah.
I do think that Rogue, though, with the creep spread, is basically, he's going to be feeling pretty safe right now, even if Terran pushes in a minute or two here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain to get rid of all that creep spread there.
Yeah.
Maybe if he uses this high ground area, but there's even creep up there at this point. The Hive almost finished up. The first Hydra is going to be popping out, which means the first Lurker's not far behind. But the siege tank count is really decent right now. I want to say he has 6 siege tanks. Good amount of links coming up. Getting some surrounds here. Loses one of the Marauders so far.
Really good kiting there. That was a very important moment. He pulled away. The Zerg was not able to get into a position where he could get enough damage all at once because the kiting was so good. Now we've got the tanks inbound here. We've got a lot of Marine Marauder. This is really getting to the climax so far of Game 3. As the push comes in here, we saw a small drop, bit of a red herring there for the Zerg positionally as the main push is coming here now. A scan instantly identifies the Lurkers before the misstep that could have cost him his entire army. He's going to siege up now and begin to shell the Lurkers that are now going to be microed back.
Yeah, look at this. He's got a good siege position. He's taking out a lot of the creep. He's got to be careful about those Lurkers, but he's got like now about 7 tanks with the army. He's a good amount of Marauders in here as well. He's got those 1-1 upgrades to match the Roaches.
You know what's interesting? This little position at the 9 o'clock spot is basically making it so Zerg can't expand down there. So while this push is going on, the Zerg isn't able to grow out elsewhere. This is really important. It means the Zerg has to defeat this push as fast as possible, and I don't know that he will.
All right, well, the Lurkers, I think, are going to do enough to hold on for now.
Yeah, he was really walking into too many Lurker shots. I think if he stayed back a little bit further here, he just needs one tank that can actually shell the hatchery, and things will eventually sort themselves out.
Yeah, but the Lurkers get up here and apply that huge amount of pressure, and he gets forward. As he gets forward, he has enough Ravagers to start bombing these siege tanks as well.
Yeah, there's only 2 tanks there. Oh, no, I'm sorry, there's actually another one, a third one down there. Now there's 2.
But his Vials are just nailing him right now.
Yeah, it's not often that you see Vials connecting over and over again, but they're happening this time.
And the siege tanks being whittled down a bit. The Lurker count is just getting so high. Still, it's a very good Marauder count right now, which is nice. Oh, no.
Hold position, my friend.
Yeah,
you gotta hold position that, or they're just gonna get fished into the Lurker line, and that's like the 3rd time that's happened, actually.
I kind of like the army that we had here. Ooh, I like the add of 2 Liberators. I like that a lot. Look at that. That's going to make it a lot harder. Of course, he does have Vials if he can hit. He gets up there immediately and erases the first one. Maybe a little bit too far forward, but I'm not sure how else he can really push this position. Right? Okay, yeah, he isn't either. He turns around and sieges, brings it home.
Well, he's going to have to abandon that. The problem is that was really a key moment there.
Well, when you get that many Lurkers, though, I think you have to change the way you're doing it. Like, I like that he's adding a 2nd factory now, because again, this was a very different push than what we normally see. Normally, we see like quicker upgrades, quicker 3rd base, then 2 factory, and then a bunch of siege tanks. Here it was like very consistent, so his push was really strong at first, but now he's going to add some of that production behind. But yeah, I mean, he has some Liberators, he's getting into Ghosts, he's going to have 2 factory siege tank now, and I guess we get to see what the late game of Cure looks like after so many cheeses.
Yeah, he's going to come up in this area over here, scan, and start to take out those Lurkers, but it does seem like Rogue has a lot more control of the map. Wherever Rogue goes, Cure has to pack up and leave. The Nidus network now being made over here. Where is he going to try to hit with that? I don't see any hidden overlords on the map.
Yeah, I guess not. Well, he has speed, so he can just like kind of fly one in. Looks like he was flying one in there.
I guess that answered our question. Probably aimed towards the main.
And in fact, seeing a Speed Overseer come down through there right now.
Yeah, that can kind of give away your plans.
Yeah, I think it honestly can, especially when it's Rogue. You got to really keep your eye on the minimap now.
Yeah. Oh my God! That's so funny.
He knew what was going on. He was keeping an eye for something like this. Another one flying down towards the bottom of the map.
And this one should also be intercepted here.
He's getting a 2nd Nidus, by the way.
Yeah. Dude,
Kier is playing really well
Kier's
tonight.
playing out of his mind, man. He's really
yeah.
playing so well.
It's really nice when Kier is playing well.
Look at this.
Like when he's playing well, man, he really looks good.
Yeah, I mean, he's deflecting everything. We're going to be going into late game TVZ. Again, certainly not a weak point here for Rogue, but let's see what Kier can try to manage here. So far, he's thwarted every Nidus attempt that Rogue has tried to dish out.
Hey, you want to hear a weird sentence?
Yeah.
Rogue, Kier looks so good right now. He almost looks as good as Bunny.
Yeah. He almost looks as good as Bunny.
This new reality that we're in.
Yeah. The
where
arrow
Bunny
Bunny
is
is the greatest
Terran.
Terran, yeah. I heard a Nidus finish. Where is it?
It's way far out there.
Oh, okay. It's at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. That almost doesn't even matter. He's getting burrow movement right now. Starting his melee attack as well. Looks like Rogue wanting to expand some more. Does have a very strong creep spread. Ghost being added. Liberators +3 attack. Rogue just, I mean, this guy makes more Nidus exits than anyone ever. Just some little pokes at the edges. None of these things are really that impactful. Kier expanding once again. It's his 5th.
Here comes a big attack, trying to hit over at this third base. But Kier fights back pretty well. You can start to see the limitations of Roach Ravager as you get into a late game TVZ. Beautiful snipes over here. Picking off those lurkers at a distance. The creep spread, by the way, for Rogue is absolutely insane. Now, on Rogue's side of the map, there's basically only one base that has yet to be taken. And that's close to the bottom left. There's a vacant area there. Now, we're starting to see that with the Terran, but Terran still has 2 bases yet to claim. So if you've been watching our casting for a long time, you've probably heard us mention this before, but the Zerg does want to try to end the game before the Terran takes all the bases, because otherwise it's likely the Zerg runs out of money first and can't really, the game doesn't go anywhere. The Terran eventually comes out on top.
Yeah, very oftentimes in this matchup when it goes this late, it's very hard for Terran to actually get every single base.
Yeah, but if they do,
yeah,
they basically win. It's kind of this weird situation.
Now, coming up, just clearing some creep at the bottom here. He did kill off that hatchery in the bottom left, so that's kind of nice. Keeping Rogue on 5 bases, which is the same amount that we have Kier on. Kier is really playing beautiful.
Kier is insane.
Yeah, he looks great. He looks just great. It's so cool that he did 4 cheeses in a row, and now he just kind of has applied pressure all game long, but turned it into a beautiful macro game as well.
Yeah, and he's shutting down Rogue pretty effectively here. I love this. Just coming here and sniping whatever he can. He picks up and leaves. He's going to graze by the 2 last spots that Rogue is taking now. And I don't think this game is going to end anytime soon. I think we're in this for the long run.
Oh, for sure. And look at this. Right now, Kier is pushing another location and taking another base.
Yeah.
So Rogue is taking 2 bases there at the bottom. We have some Vipers added in, which is good to see. Definitely want to complete your composition with that. Liberator range on the way. Building armor. I mean, you're just getting everything at this point as Kier. High sec auto track, and all right, let's do it. Where's Neo Steel frames? Let's get it.
So again, this is not probably going to do anything here. It does seem like Rogue has basically given up on the idea of trying to get that Nidus to ever work here. And here comes a pretty insane push. Good escape, getting away out with most of the units. He's trying to hit 2 locations at once, but it's really failing on both fronts. And if Zerg trades ineffectively like this too many times, it's going to be a very easy game to coast through here for the Terran.
Yeah, yeah. I like the way that Kier is trying to approach this. And you mentioned about he's giving up on the Nidus. I could see him revisiting that later on. But the defense has been so good of it. I think sometimes that's like actually strategically kind of a good move, is if something like that's not working, skip it for a while, let the game get really chaotic, play your game, and then do it again. Because then your opponent isn't thinking about it anymore, right?
Yeah.
These late game situations with battles happening everywhere and cost efficiency being a big deal,
yeah,
it's you're not actually thinking about earlier in the game like what was happening anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, sure.
Sometimes after a long, stressful game, you don't even remember how it opened.
Yeah, no, I mean, the story at the start almost has, even though it of course always impacts everything, is connected,
but you're kind of like updating it in your head as you go. So
right.
At this point, the Nidus is like eventually he probably won't even be thinking about it.
Okay, we're getting now to the phase where this is a nuke, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nuke those Obies.
Actually, nuking the Obies would be a pretty good move because they would probably not be looking there. They would go to each hatchery and then.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool idea. Okay, he's gonna nuke the hatch. He's gonna get some of these larvae. That's nice.
How many nukes does it take to kill a Nidus?
Let's see. 2?
I guess 2, yeah. And here comes that Nidus now. Now, is Kure going to notice this? Oh, Kure.
Oh, look, he actually
what
has used
a
in the base
gamer.
Dude, yeah, he's a sick gamer.
He's gaming. He's going to game so hard, he's going to take out 2 Nidus networks.
Very nice game here, Tasteless. This game is...
He's going Dr. Pimple Popper in his base, my friend.
This game is, like, very pleasurable from both sides. You know?
Very pleasurable. I don't know if that's the word, but...
It is. Like, look at how this game has gone so far, and look at this!
Whoa,
what am I even looking at? What is this attack?
He's throwing everything over here, and it is going to decimate that planetary, but how cost-efficient is this truly?
Yeah, that's what I would like to know.
Here, let me put down another 400 minerals and just make that again. Zerg gave up about a quarter of supply. No, I don't think so.
I don't think that was good.
Considering the sheer amount of gas that was spent to stop a building.
Yeah. Eventually, like we talk about this
occasionally. I think Terran was at 185
where...
after that attack. Supply. He didn't lose that much.
Not surprised. Like, he lost some SCVs and stuff. A lot of Banes ended up connecting on, like, Thors. He definitely lost a few siege tanks in there, but...
Artosis. Zerg expanded to the bottom center. I didn't even notice this. Ah! Hey, I'm a ghost. Ah! that's how I sound when I die.
Look at that. The landed Vikings kill the Nidus. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Eventually, the cost and efficiency of blowing up planetaries with Banelings is a tempo move, you know?
Yeah, you only want to do it if after you do that, they're basically zoned out of winning the game. But if you do it when the Terran is still basically rich, which the Terran is right now, they just come back in and remake it.
Yeah, his full tech is out and he's maxed and he has bank to refill. Like, a situation like that, suddenly we're looking at a game where it might come down to one player running out of money. So to utilize that many Banelings, that much cost, to kill that,
here we go, Act 2. Was the sequel as good as the first one? Look at this. He's got a wall with a second command center here, making the Banelings hard to get through.
Oh my god, those parasitic bombs are insane! Oh man, those Vikings took a lot of damage. The Liberators get cleaned out. Command center actually does not end up dying here. The parasitic bomb is such a good spell. Raider going to help to clear out some of these lurkers. Gets a couple.
So, I want to see if there's going to be drones mining from 6 o'clock. This is one of these things where the Zerg is taking that. I mean, yes, he will try to mine from there, but most of this is just like, if I have this, you don't. And so I didn't expect Zerg to actually come in there, but this is Rogue, so I shouldn't really be that surprised. I don't think that Kure actually realizes that Zerg is there. Just because you see creep outside your base, you're not going to assume it's from a hatchery.
His Vikings saw it.
Oh, did they? Okay,
yeah,
good correction. I didn't realize that.
But definitely it has to be something he has to think about. But he also has to hold the top right. This is kind of the problem that Terran has a lot of the time.
How many minerals are actually left at the 2 bases in the top right?
I think a fair amount, honestly. I think it's pretty rich. Right, the army of rogues starting to move south. Kure immediately gets on that creep. Good move, good move. I do want to see him do something about that base. That does stress me out a little bit.
Yeah, well,
because that's like the backbreaking
If
base.
he actually doesn't get that base, then Zerg will just win.
Yeah, he can even do moves like this, knock, stop, and win. Look at that. That is a hell of a lot of banelings.
There are so many.
And they
banelings.
actually don't do very much so far.
Yeah.
A lot of them hit
The
marks.
banelings are here just to tank for the Hydras, guys.
That's almost exactly
They're the
what we
most
saw,
expensive zealots you've ever seen.
Yeah, for the health versus cost. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And don't forget, if they make it all the way to the units, they do damage to them.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that is looking funny each time.
Yeah. I better make more banelings to tank. It's like, you can just make lings too, you know that?
But look, you know what? With him having all the bases taken plus one of Cures, if he can maintain that and use banelings to maintain that, that works. That's a working strategy.
No,
we used to see Dark do stuff like this, where like he just gets a huge economy that makes 100 banelings and rolls to your base.
Right.
It's like super inefficient a lot of the time, but it's like, well, if he has enough, that can win. It's like Napoleon, right? Quantity is a quality unto itself.
If he can snipe this Nidus network, I don't know how many banelings. This could be just one of these clown car moments here. Oh, look at this!
Single file banelings.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I can't believe he's not just immediately shooting down this Nidus network.
I want to see the amount of banelings that have
there's
died
a
this
second
game.
Nidus network, because Rogue knows if he kills that Nidus network, he's going to lose that base. But curious decision-making, I do question here about what order he's attacking those buildings at.
Dude, I really want to see the units lost tab so badly right now. Because I
Oh,
want to see,
boy.
I think 500 Banes have died this game.
Okay, the Ghosts are going to be the last line of defense over here. Nice sniping. The Banes are basically not touching the Ghosts. And again, that base is not wiped.
Yeah, he holds on, but the bank of Cure is getting very low. I guess Rogue uses a hell of a lot of supply there. 75 supply gone.
There is a command center floating in 6 o'clock waiting to reclaim that base.
You know what, by the way?
What?
I just got like some chills thinking about this because we see all sorts of different compositions tried out by Terran in the late game.
Yeah.
But originally, StarCraft 2 is so old at this point, but I want to just mention that this composition that we're looking at, like Mass Liberator Turret Ghost, that was what TY used to do a really long time ago. Like he was the best in the world at that, like moving his Liberators around, and that was in a time where people were having a very hard time against Zerg late game, i.e. all of StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of interesting to see this be what Cure is using right now. It's like really a blast from the past. 4 Liberators at a time, tons of Ghosts out. Of course, there are some other units in there as well, but I love, by the way, the usage of Mass Mules here. Suck those minerals out of there as quickly as you can.
I mean, it's definitely like a heist at this point in time. You need to get the minerals off of these exterior bases as quickly as possible. Get them off the map into your pockets.
Yeah.
And you're right. You've got to be landing mules there and just trying to drain these areas of all the wealth they have.
Okay, this
is an
look at the
insane-
side he's coming in from. Very cool. Pulls in some of those Liberators.
I don't see anything over here. Oh, that's because it's all on the bottom right side of the screen.
Yeah, let's see what he can do with this.
Now, the problem is Ghosts at a distance are basically going to trade very well. And keep in mind, Terran is okay losing SCVs over here. He's intentionally not made a planetary because it's cheaper to just lift the command center up.
Yeah.
And after he chases the Zerg away, land it back down again and resume his mineral heist.
Yeah, and when it's mules mining, it's, you know, it's not like you're remaking SCVs for that necessarily. That was kind of interesting
Dude, he
too,
needs
though.
to stop the mining down here. 6.
I think he's stretched a little bit too thin at the moment. Because he's going around the Liberator circle. Okay, eliminates those.
All of what the Zerg has comes back and starts to defend this. Now taking 2 extractors to take the gas.
Dude, look at the creep. It's everywhere.
The creep is pretty insane, man. So I believe the top right base is almost mined out. Not the one that's been attacked over and over, but the one to the right of that.
Yeah, I think you're basically right. It's getting very low at least. I see there's still patches, but can't be that much left.
But for the Zerg, I believe there's actually now 3 bases that are mineral rich. Terran's only is very
right.
soon going to be mining.
Oh, that
off
one's
of just
actually
one
getting
base.
low too.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Oh, you know what? Well, he hasn't been harassed for so long. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, notice that there's a lot of minerals in the bank right now for Rogue here. There's not for Terran. Terran's basically spending what comes in.
But his supply is going up, and the overall bank of Rogue has gone down a little bit. Right? He was at 5K and then 4K, now he's at 3.5. Oh, God. But look, these banking attacks are, like, again, these kind of tempo-ish moves, maybe they're going to end up working for him. But they certainly don't look very cost-efficient when he's doing them. God, I would give anything to see a unit loss tab right now, Tasteless.
Oh, I know.
I need to see how many Zerg units have died.
I think in that last attack, that was enough of a crippling blow that Zerg can win now. Because as much as this game was mostly action packed up at the top, it's really going to be about whether or not the Zerg can keep this bottom base. If Terran can push down into the south and wipe this area out, Terran, I think, can win. But right now, this is looking like it's not far away from a Zerg victory. And the fact that Terran's pushing and not maxed out right now, I think that this is going to flatten. The Zerg is going to flatten the Terran's army right now.
Yeah, I think you are right about that. What an utterly impressive game from both players.
Oh, I mean, a masterful game here from Rogue especially, but Kira really showing he is absolutely a threat in this matchup.
Yeah.
It wasn't just cheese apparently today. He was able to draw this all the way out to scream late game.
I think he played a brilliant game, honestly.
Honestly, it's some of the best TVC I've seen from him in a long time.
I think most of the Zergs in GSL would not have beaten him this game, but
I agree.
Rogue, like with the special sauce of deciding to pull the trigger on these very cost-inefficient trades. Like, we saw several attacks in a row that both of us, I think, were like, wow, that was not very good for Rogue. But he kind of ended up making it work. And now here with basically nothing left. But it's kind of crazy, too, because Rogue is almost out of minerals as well. He doesn't have a lot. That is the margin by which he's going to end up winning this game, Tasteless, because look at this. He's mined out almost completely, but he has that one extra base of cures.
Right.
And that's actually what's carrying him here. Because he's got 26 more army supply or something. It's like not much. 28 more army supply. Dude, what a crazy game. And look at this. Kira is staying in it, but yeah,
no, I don't think Kira can recover. Yeah,
seems impossible.
The Lurkers, which, at times have been sniped by the Ghosts, I think the Terran's low enough in army, especially with the 14 workers here. It's like you just don't have the ability to take those additional resources in the same way.
Changelings are really disturbing, man, when they're like pulling themselves across the ground. They got twice as many arms as a Reaver, though, I tell you that.
That was weird when we zoomed in on the Reaver and realized it has this like little claw that it pulls itself around on the... I thought it was a hipster mustache, but...
Nope. All right, that is a lot of Lurkers to try to hold off. I don't think there's any point to even repair that.
No, I think that's gone. And interestingly enough, we thought it was going to be a fight about this space, but really Zerg has basically stopped the Terran from mining.
If only that had connected with everything.
Look at how we have 15 minerals sitting here stagnant, now 20, 25, 30. Things are moving up so slowly. And this, I believe, is actually going to be the killing blow, because Zerg can now get inside of production and wipe out the barracks. GG!
What a fantastic game.
It was a hell of a game, man, especially after all these short one-sided cheeses. That was a very welcome, cool late-game TVG.
I enjoyed that thoroughly. That was awesome from both sides. The style that Rogue decided to go with, so many Zergs won't do that. So many Zergs will add some spellcasters. They'll try to yoink everything. They'll have some infestors in there. Maybe they'll make a group of broodlords at some point, something like that. But he went full aggro. He went full trade and tempo-based play and was able to take Kira down. But Kira looks deadly. I really want him to get out of this group right now based on what I just saw.
Yeah. That was a really exciting last game. But overall, the games today have been pretty cool. We're going to go to an interview now. Let's see how Rogue's feeling. He's moved on to the round of 8 in GSL Season 3.
Rogue of Dragon Phoenix Gaming defeats Cure, and he moves on to round of 8. Congratulations, Rogue. Thank you.
자, 먼저 3연속 8강 포감 전 들어보겠습니다.
This is your third consecutive round of 8. Rogue, how do you feel? In practice, my win rate hasn't been that great. So today I tried to play comfortably. And then when I did play comfortably, my results were good. Let's go to the winners match.
김도욱 선수의 전략적인 플레이는 좀 생소했거든요. 상대하면서 어떤
So how was it going up against Cure in the winners match? In Blackburn? I never ever saw the proxy barracks in that position. I played that map 100 times, I never saw that.
마지막 경기는 공수가 바뀌었습니다.
In Laishe, the offense and the defense was completely the other way around. You were aggressive till the very end, and Cure was defensive till the very end. And in the end, you were able to penetrate through his defense to get the win. So what was that about? I'm not good at macroing with the Brawlers, so I lost a lot in the past. And I know for sure that Cure is not good at late game as well. So that's why I tried to go aggressive until the very end. Today, you defeat Zoun by exploiting his Void Rays, and you were able to get a 2-0 win in that series. So it feels like you analyzed Zoun really well. That's right, I kept analyzing Zoun's playstyle, and my builds were aimed at his strategy as well. So I think I made good preparation today. So Rogue, you're going to run the bait, and it's really interesting to see. This will be a revenge match in the round of 8. You'll be going up against Dark, the round of 4 battle in the past season. So Dog actually hoped that you would move on as a second place, but you move on as the first place. So how do you feel? I don't want to go up against Dark because he's so good. He's good at late game as well. So honestly speaking, I wanted to go up against Parting. But this time, I'm going to try to successfully take my revenge against him. And this season, I'm going to defeat Dark and hold on to the trophy. You're saying that you're more passionate this season. That's right. Last season, I think I wasn't able to make the correct analysis against Dark. This time, I'm going to analyze him better. Alright, let's look forward to his performance in the round of 8. So we look forward to your match against Dark. And before you go, anything you want to say? This season, unlike last season, I was able to prepare well. And I was able to make good analysis against my players. So this time, I'm going to try to go very far. Once again, congratulations, Rogue. Thank you.
All right, guys, that is going to be it for the winners match. We're going to go to the losers match next. 3 players left in the round of 16, 1 spot left in the round of 8.
Yeah, so Zoun against DRG. I got to say, like, Zoun played terribly against Rogue. I think he was going to pick it up a little bit. DRG has been very off and on against Protoss, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's games against Protoss where he's just completely
very
dies.
hot or cold.
Yeah. So
we're going to go to that break now, guys. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Here's what I like. Jumping from a roof that is almost too high. Laying on the grass, I close my eyes. Playing my guitar till my fingers are numb. I always try to let my spirit fly away. That's the only way to get that high. think about it, 'cause I'm dying, baby. If you want it, you just have to take it. If you feel something, boy, you gotta tell me. Yeah, yeah. I don't know why it's stuck in me. I like but how you taste. Give me the signs, I'll take the step for you. No, I like you, baby, you know. I want you to take control. Alright, baby, alright, no. I like you, baby, you know. I want you to take control. Alright, baby, alright, baby.
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지. 오늘이 모여 새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫식스.
함께 모이면 홈파티. 홈파티엔 먹방. 먹방엔 칠성사이다. 맛있어. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 칠성사이다.
퇴근하고 뭐해?
퇴근하고 오늘은 유셰프, 내일은 유런업, 주말엔 유목수.
그걸 다?
본캐부터 부캐까지 하고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피. 칸타타 콘트라베이스.
이번 주 등산 어때? 등산 캠핑? 그래서 주말엔 낚시? 내가 낚인 거지. 그래도 나오니까 좋잖아.
일상에서 취미까지 나누고 싶은 게 많은 요즘 시대의 커피 칸타타. 아이시스 8.0을 챙긴다는 건 건강한 생각까지 챙긴다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0. 아이시스 8.0을 연다는 건 조금 이른 아침을 연다는 것. 나를 움직이는 핑크 에너지. 아이시스 8.0.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Round of 16, Group C. Rogue, Zoun, ERG, Cure. 2021 GSL Season 3, CEST. Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
That was the translator Andy announcing the show. We were just talking to him. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like,
I know him, guys.
I was
I know
like,
him.
you're
I'm
like the
friends with him.
GSL translator and announcer, and like I'm just here with you, talking to you right now. Like you're a real person.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. But somebody's got to do it.
That's right. You're so brave.
These games, by the way, won't cast themselves.
I'm enjoying tonight. Not the first series, but everything since then has been pretty neat.
Well, the first series was kind of weird. It's like, so does that work in other games, Zoun? What are you?
No.
What are you doing?
How far down the ladder do you have to go to get someone who doesn't know how this fight's going to go?
It's like, that's strange. This beats my 12-year-old cousin all the time. It's like, well, Rogue is a different Zerg. So I don't know what this is going to look like. We've barely gotten to see what DRG can show us because he's been cheesed out.
Yeah.
He's lost.
We have no idea what shape he's in because, like, Kira really caught him with a couple builds, and he didn't have time to do anything. It's just like the stuff got there, and he's like, oh, damn.
I want to see if Zoun's play looks like the last game and if it works versus DRG or if Zoun can reinvent himself tonight because Zoun may be knocked out first.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just see. Let's just see.
Meanwhile, Kira thinking of 2 more cheeses to try to knock DRG out again.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Alpha X, Zoun. Team Envy, DRG.
Rogue's already here, so that drone right on by. Just double checking about the hatch. Okay, well.
Well.
How we doing, Tasteless?
You know what? I'm doing all right.
That's good. You deserve to do well.
Thank you, Artosis. No, it's been an interesting day. I'm really in a great mood from that awesome late game TVZ. I'm really impressed with how Rogue handled that. Rogue really kind of did what I thought was going to be impossible in that game, where it's like, oh, you really are going to expand on the Terran side of the map and play that. That's very, very hard to pull off, and he made it work.
I like that type of tempo play a lot. I think it's really entertaining because so oftentimes the easier thing in a lot of ways is to just like make some brute lords and like grind out the game instead of try to go for the kill. And I like seeing Kira bring this like very kind of archaic way of playing the late game of Liberator, Ghost, Turret, you know, was the main pieces of his composition.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting game. That was cool. I hope that we can see some more stuff like that. I'm actually kind of hoping that DRG is able to win this because I do want to see some more Kira TVZ tonight. I'm kind of hooked, man.
Yeah, well, he's really gone and done a big deep dive into that whole matchup, but it's kind of funny to see the Kira sort of, at least for the first half of Group C, had basically planned out exactly how to just get a win right away.
Yeah.
Just get that win before they realize what's coming. But then in that last game, it's like, oh, you're like really strong in general.
Twilight coming down. And
we saw some adepts in the first game of the night, actually, that was Zoun versus Rogue. He went for adept pressure. It wasn't all in. It wasn't like, you know, he has to end the game there. But he kept the Zerg honest. But then he went into Void Race, and Rogue just like made Banes and Hydras and ran him over. I don't know if we're going to have anything like that in this game, but we should point out that we kind of left the Zoun games with a lot of question marks.
Yeah.
Just seemed, I don't understand the decision making or what he thought Rogue was doing. This actually will happen to people in StarCraft games where they're like making something and they think they're playing a certain matchup in a certain way, and they have not actually noticed what the other side is making. You know what I'm talking about? Where they get there and you're like, oh, you only have Hydras and Banes, and then they lose the game.
That's, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
At
Where
the
it's
pro
like,
level, it's not really supposed to ever look like that, though.
But that's my only explanation that I can have for how that game went, where it's like, did you think he was making roaches this game or something?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, totally.
Like,
all right, so this game, it is a Glaives build with a Prism, but he's going Darkshrine behind. So that's, I mean, obviously that is a variation of this Glaive build that has been around for a really long time, but this particular one hasn't been very popular in Korea for a while.
Right.
Not many people have gone Darkshrine behind the Glaives. I want to say it hasn't even been used this year at all. Not 100% sure if I'm right on that, but that's what it feels like to me. So we'll see. But the Overlord is flying in. He did not make any Stalker or anything to deal with that. So it seems like the Darkshrine not likely going to do very much.
So these Adepts are going to come in here now. How prepared is DRG for this? He's going to nicely target down that one Queen. There is no transfuses available right now. He backs up. And that Dark Shrine's finished, so we should have 2 DTs, or 4 DTs even coming in here. And the idea is basically that, by the way, this is one of these moments where this doesn't even just pair nicely in a best of 3, but it pairs in a good group, because this looks like game 1 that we started Group C out in, but in fact there's a fork in the build where he goes DTs, hoping to blindside the Zerg and surprise him, but that Spore finishes just in the nick of time. I don't know if these DTs can get on top of it or not.
Yeah, it's kind of, oh man.
Whoa,
Well,
whoa,
he
whoa, whoa.
shades into the main base. He actually picks up 2 DTs of the 3, so he does save some there with the Prism.
Oh, he actually saved them? I thought he lost all of them.
He saved 2. But the Adepts, like a lot of those are falling down now as well. Now, this type of build is what I was a little bit afraid of seeing Zoun do tonight, because he is partial to glaive builds.
Yeah.
Is he doing enough with this?
No. I do not think he is, actually.
No, it doesn't seem it, because
I think that actually Zerg can counterattack and hit that 3rd Nexus that's being made and probably lock the Protoss into a 2-base game.
he might be able to. I wonder if he's going to drone heavily or just continue to make units, because his layer is not done yet, so he does need to get an Overseer before he can attack. Yeah, maybe the layer is so late here that he'll skip the counter. Like I think Zoun might just be okay based on that. I'm not sure though. It's like DRG does have a lot of lings. He does have a good amount of roaches. It would feel almost wasteful if he doesn't try to walk across the map and do something, you know?
Yeah.
But there's going to be like 2 Immortals out already. He can make some Archons. Oh god, he really doesn't have many units though. 2 DTs, 3 Adepts.
Well, he needs to kind of, how do I say this? You know, in like those like House of the Dead games, like the boss's chest opens up and you fire bullets into the red spot.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to find that only in DRG's base, where it's like you need to find like such good damage or get like all the drones and he's not paying attention, because right now DRG is, I think, going to be in complete control of this game.
Yeah, he is making a lot of roaches, so it seems like he is going to pull the trigger on an attack. Just 62 drones right now, so not working on that economy anymore. Getting that roach speed. It's going to be a massive attack. But the longer he waits, the more Immortals we're going to have.
Okay, this is not bad actually. If he could pick up the 4th hatch, it's not all he needs, but it's a start, right?
Misses that swipe, and drone will make it out.
What is at the top right? What is that? Is that
Lings,
okay. Looks like he's going to try to come in here and get some probes.
Yeah, not going to get too much done. A lot of roaches and lings being made. It is a lot of army supply that's going to be coming across the map. Zoun needs to see this, and he needs to make like 1 million batteries right now. Some cannons actually would be nice too, but it's coming quickly. And I mean, he warps in a few more units, but he doesn't have that much here.
Yeah.
All right, leaves 2 DTs in DT form.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah.
my god. All right. This is over. This is completely done. There is no way to stop this. Zoun paying the price for the bubbled aggression there with the Adepts. He's going to lose this 3rd base. You can see the Stalker speed microed back, but there's nothing he can do. DRG. Old Dirk.
Yeah, I feel like you've got to be worried about those counterattacks, right? If you go Adepts, you always have to kind of look at that and say, okay, do I need disruptors or not, right?
Well,
and if you go DTs with the Adepts, that's like basically the 2 weakest units as the game goes on. Neither of those units are going to be good at fighting, so you really need like something heavy after that to deal with an attack like that.
Yeah, I think so. DRG, I mean, it's been a frustrating day for him so far with those losses to Kira, but I honestly think he probably will 2-0 this. I don't know. Zoun's PvZ just does not look like good. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to work against, unless he's got a completely different style he's going to bring out. I think this is going to be a 2-0 or Artosis.
Yeah, it very well may be. Blackbird. Let's see it. It's time to go Sky Toss.
Yeah, but not like he did it against Rogue.
Well, don't make only Void Rays against Hydras.
Yeah. You'd think, just looking at a void ray, that definitely beats Hydra's. It does not. Hydra Spit beats Laser Ship.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Team Envy, DRG. Alpha X, Zoun.
Another hatchery block. See what Zoun
Yeah,
is
this
gonna
has
play
been
in this game.
this has been what Zoun likes to do in every game here. Try to dictate where the first hatchery cannot be.
I think it's fine.
Do you think if they do this, you should just take the gold base?
Oh, that's an interesting question, isn't it?
It just makes me think when I see that. I'm like, if I was Zerg, I'd be like, all right, okay, punk.
I think you could if you prepped that. Yeah, absolutely. Blocking hatches, I feel like we're seeing it at least 50% of the time, so you should be very well practiced against it.
You have to immediately know what to do. You'd be like, oh no, I wanted to expand there.
Yeah. So it might just have to do with like if you prepped a build for that. Gold bases are always great for Zerg though. Maybe a little bit hard on this map, right? Like you put a depth behind there, and you're just gonna be like,
yeah,
oh,
they've set the gold bases up so that there's really high risk.
Yeah.
There was a whole period where it was just people taking gold bases.
Well, yeah, when
Remember
they
that?
were less risk,
yeah,
it literally didn't even make sense to not take them.
Yeah, it's like, well,
As Zerg.
Yeah, absolutely. It does seem like Zerg have benefited way more than the other races for the gold bases because of the way they expand.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, I think that's 100% true. All right, that Cybernex score is going to be finishing here shortly, so we get to see what Zoun is going to do. His life on the line. Probe gets away. Let's see it, Zoun. Stargate. All right, that's what I want to see. Seems like it would just be a good map for Skytoss, doesn't it?
I think so. I think there's a lot of features on this map that kind of lend itself to Skytoss, but I'm a little bit worried here if Zoun doesn't do something better, if he fumbles his adept openings or anything else like that. You know, it's funny, looking at that last game, let me see if I can articulate this correctly. Zoun had a good start, and then there was this moment where he saw the DTs were coming to try to snipe the Spore. He wanted to fake them out with the Adepts and get into the main. And it's almost like, you know, in ice skating where there's like this one trick the ice skater's going to do where they like triple axle, or you know what I mean? They're going to do like some kind of front flip, and it's like if they land this, that's all they have to do to like win the ice skating tournament or whatever.
Ice skating tournament. Yeah, that's all you have to do, man.
Yeah.
When you do the front flip, your opponent
to win your ice sport
you
event.
cut him in half with the blades on your on your feet, man.
But it's like you've got to do this one move, and if you've done it and you land it,
yeah,
it's done.
Totally.
That's like what that last game was, where he was like trying to not only snipe the Spore and therefore wipe out the natural, but also get in the main and wedge the Adepts between the minerals and kill all the Lings. And roaches, but instead it didn't work out, and that was basically the story of the last game. Not when DRG came and killed that third base. That was going to happen no matter what. That was inevitable.
Well, the thing is, when something like that is, you know, when they have that many units that they've made, and you're on such weak units,
yeah,
generally you're gonna try to hedge. Either you know, we see a lot of adept builds that go into disruptors because otherwise it's hard to kill the roaches. Now, if you're gonna go immortals, I think it's probably doable, but you gotta really set up the static D, and we didn't see any of that. It's just, yeah, I don't know what's up with Zoun tonight. This is not the Zoun that we've been seeing in GSL.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic of Zoun, who's really shown a lot of promise here in GSL.
Yeah. No, it's really not the same Zoun. This is like two kids in Zoun's jacket standing on top of each other's shoulders and stuff. playing for Zoun.
Yeah, yeah. It's three middle schoolers.
Zoun?
In
They're like,
a
yeah, we're
dress
Zoun.
code. Yeah.
Yeah, we're Zoun.
We're going to do our advanced Protoss builds now. 6 gates coming here off of that third base.
Oh, a mass charge attack going to be coming up. Okay.
Yeah, and so this is going to be quite different from the other games here. But I do want to say that what Zoun is basically set up, we talk about how this is like a really good build to throw in a best of 3 or best of 5. This is great to throw in a group selection because it does look like what he did in the second game against Rogue, but it's different. Just like what he did in the first game looked like what happened in game 1 against Rogue.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's like a little twist there.
Sure. I totally agree with that sentiment. Now, there's a Baneling Nest out, so charge lots can get wrecked, but I don't know that he's actually making Banelings yet. It looks like he wants to go into Lingbane Hydra. All right, warping in some Zealots here. And here we go. The Queen's coming up to fight. He has the Lings up here as well. Spore comes forward. Targeting down that Queen that has a lot of energy. Both the high-energy Queens are now dead.
Oh
Zealot's
my
getting
God.
on top of everything. It looks like Zoun is finally going to be picking up a victory.
Yeah, this is looking like the point of no return. Zealots are just hitting from every single angle. You can see DRG was just not prepared for this attack to be sprung on him. GG. Zoun takes game 2. The path to redemption has started.
Yeah, okay. He gets him with the mass charge lot warping. You know, the Void Ray kind of clearing out Overlords. He has an Oracle out there as well. And like you said, he made it look very similar to what he did against Rogue.
Right.
So DRG, it seemed as if DRG was maybe preparing to play against Skytoss, you know, Linkbane Hydra, but just not ready for those Zealot warpins.
So you can see now, you know, DRG just blindsided by that attack. The prep Zoun put in there worked very well. Obviously, you can't replicate that game again in game 2. You know, some wins are won in straight up strong pushes and dominant plays. Sometimes wins, and especially for whatever reason, the theme of today is it's all about surprises. Sometimes you can catch them off guard. So let's see what Zoun does as we go into the final game with these two. On Romanticide, one of these two players is about to be eliminated. The other goes on to the final match to face off against Cure.
Team Envy, DRG. Alpha X, Zoun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Game 3, go. Once again, we have the hatchery block here to relocate the hatchery, forced over to the what is normally the third base.
And, you know, this Romanticide, very turtleable. Definitely see a lot of longer games here.
Sure.
He was trying to go Skytoss here against Rogue, so maybe we see that again. Definitely a possibility. DRG, in a lot of ways, having a very tough night, isn't he? Right? Like, he's lost to 3 very cheesy all-ins.
Yeah.
And he kind of won the game that went beyond that point.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that can ruin a lot of preparation too, which is something I think that can be frustrating, right? If people are just doing like 1 base builds against you, or just very cheesy builds in general. Like, technically that was a 3 Nexus build that we saw Zoun do, but obviously you need a ton of damage with those charge lots to make that into something that's going to utilize 3 Nexuses.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whatever DRG was prepping, because he generally plays macro, he hasn't really gotten to show any of that off.
That's right. It's been a fun night so far, man. Really good games. Really interesting strats being pulled off here.
It's been a weird night.
I would actually kind of like it if Zoun won and we got to see what Cure looks like PvP.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that.
You know what I mean?
I've actually always liked Cure's TVP. I think he's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen from Cure tonight so far against DRG and against Rogue, I actually am jonesing for some more some more Cure TVZ.
Yeah.
Also, I don't want him to lose. I actually want him in the next round based on how he played tonight, right?
Yeah.
And if he plays DRG, I think it's more likely he goes on than if he plays Zoun. All right, Stargate.
Yeah, the Adept going to shade up here. A lot of these starting points in the builds all kind of looking the same, but then what Zoun does is he has all these different branches and forks that he can take in the build order decision tree to decide how exactly he wants to approach the Zerg. We haven't really seen Zoun succeed today in any kind of like straight up macro games. I mean, the speed lot, the charge lot attack, you could see completely through the Zerg off. The Zerg just literally didn't have enough. The moment the first warp-in came in, the game was over.
Yeah, he didn't quite have it.
That can happen to Zerg when you've got like a bunch of queens you're going to try to defend with, and then you have a bunch of eggs that are going to hatch lings and roaches, but then all the queens die as everything hatches. It's like, okay, now you're dead.
Yeah.
That is a death sentence.
Yeah, you need a bit more intel, but that's what a Void Ray can do, right? It kills off the Overlord so quickly you can't really get him in. Even if you have a Speed Lord on the way, if the Void Ray intercepts it, it's not going in, you know? Turn that sucker on.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many dead Overlords in this bad boy.
So many. I like you calling it a bad boy.
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know, like a riding lawnmower or something.
Yeah. Imagine mowing your lawn with that. Get to the crabgrass, you turn it on. Because that's armored grass, you know.
Armored grass?
You get the extra
But this
damage.
lawnmower does splash damage. Did you have to
That's
mow?
how you get brown patches, though.
Did you have to mow your lawn, the lawn for your mom when you were a kid?
My lawn, like I basically, you went to my house once. Do you remember what my lawn looked like?
Your backyard was like almost
it's basically
forest.
a forest.
Yeah.
So it's not actually. There's nothing that's level. It's all trees. Like it's
That's
literally
true.
like
it's
a
actually
forest. Like my house is on the
yeah,
edge of a forest.
It's not like it's grass with like a bird feeder somewhere,
Yeah.
and, you know.
So not
really.
We have some grass, so I mowed a little bit, but it was not.
Oh, see,
it's so little grass.
I had to mow my lawn, and that was like the thing I had to do in the summer, and I would always forget to do it. I would play StarCraft all day, and my mom would come home, and I would hear her yell, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't mow the lawn for the third day in a row.
That's understandable.
Yeah, and it scarred me as a child, and now I live in a concrete jungle where I don't have lawns to mow. That's how I dealt with that.
That's why
That's why I ran away from lawns because I was too traumatized.
Oh man! And you could have just been this amazing landscaper too.
I could have had, I could have been a gardener, but no. Not from my childhood of trying to mow the lawn with a CD player that skipped as I mowed the lawn, trying to listen to Linkin Park.
Get pushed back there. So we do have the plus air attacks charge on the way. This is kind of interesting. So it's like, I like where we're going for Zoun this game. This looks much more reasonable. Like he's getting a Templar Archives, right? So if you're going to be playing against something like Lingbane Hydra, you're going to be able to actually get into the Psystorm and fight against that. Look at this, 4 charged up Void Rays come over, and I mean, the Queens,
look at that.
Well, he forces a cancel.
The
I think it's
perfect
worth
criminal.
The perfect criminal.
Yeah. Those Void Rays Ocean 11 their way out of there.
Okay, Spire being hidden in the bottom left, which is kind of interesting too. It seems like he wants to surprise him with a bunch of mutas, and obviously if you have the Spire somewhere where it gets scouted, he already has +1 air attacks. It would not be hard for him to make some Phoenixes and completely destroy them. But in this situation, like he might be able to surprise him here.
Okay.
And look at this, he's making Static D and Psystorm.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him, man.
I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
Oh, look, this is looking a lot better than the other games here. And this is it for PvZ for Zoun today, if you can get out.
DRG opening up the map a little bit. The thing is, DRG's not actually going to attack him. He's going to try to broadside him with 11 mutas, I think. 12 maybe. Yeah, 12. Ooh.
Nice snipe there on the Observer. The Zerg's beginning to crack open parts of the map so that they can easily get to different locations here. Protoss is quietly expanding directly at 6 o'clock.
14 mutas right now being produced.
Yeah. And I don't know how prepared Protoss is for that.
Not very. He has like an Archon, he has Psystorm, he has 4 Voids.
Oh, 2 Archons,
he has a few
actually.
Oh, okay, yeah. You know, he has a few cannons here and there. But not in great positions to stop Mutalisk harassment. Of course, he can get some good anti-muta out. He has that +1 air. But in this situation, like 14 mutas, you could dive on these High Templars, and suddenly the army of Zoun is very, very weak.
So he sends some Zealots over here. That Zealot almost getting that second Queen. Wait, whoa, he just got in here. Yeah, those Zealots really did their job drawing the army away. And now he's going to basically wipe out the 4th base.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the mutas are, yeah, they're still down here at 6.
Oh, it's taking him forever to actually hit anywhere with them, which is pretty problematic.
The thing is, he can actually just recall with this.
Okay, comes in, immediately going after some of these probes, but don't forget, he did lose a hatchery during all this. He's losing a lot of his creep, he's losing Overlords. This seems like a favorable trade for Zoun at the moment.
All right, the mutas will win the fight here against, I'm actually so confused. He just recalled the Void Rays, okay. Well, this means that he's confident he can keep putting pressure on here, but I think that this may have been a miscalculation by Zoun that could cost him the game. I mean, his probes are getting annihilated. And I think that eventually Zerg will have enough to hold this off, but maybe I'm wrong. Hold on.
They're pretty good Psystorms, but no, he should be able to bust this now. As the Psystorms go down, you are going to be able to clean it up most likely.
Yeah, there's just too many Hydras, and I mean, these mutas are still killing workers. I think that this was a pretty big bungling.
Okay, let's take an actual look at where we're at in the game.
Let's take an actual look indeed.
An actual look, Tasteless, instead
Let's
of just saying what we see on the screen.
casting this with our eyes closed. How about that?
Yeah. Open your eyes, Tasteless, and tell me how many High Templars you see. Because truly, isn't that the measure of how a game is going?
It is truly that way. Before, I would only cast with my hands, feeling the screen and trying to tell the viewers what I thought was going on.
Ew, sticky.
Ew.
He has a lot of creeps, man.
Ew, I feel brains. It's like, Tasteless, that's actually spaghetti.
Okay, I mean, it's a very good probe count. The actual standing army of Zoun is not very good. I think if you go Ling Bane Hydra right now, you can probably kill the 4th. But you're coming in only from one angle, so maybe he can hold on because of that. But like, if you could kill one base right now as DRG, that might be enough to carry you through. Because this, like, you do not have the right army right now as Zoun. Tasteless, if you are Zoun, you don't have the right army. He doesn't either, even as Zoun himself.
Okay,
and I don't want to hurt your feelings, but he's better at StarCraft 2 than you.
Oh, well, you really hurt my feelings now, Artosis. In front of all these viewers, you told me that Zhao's better than me. You know that's my deepest insecurity. Every day I come to the studio, I'm like, come on, Tasteless, you can convince them. Oh, hold on, nice. Takes that out.
Yeah, some more Banelings we're trying to roll up here. He removes a cannon so that he can actually rotate a bit better. But yeah, this is kind of the nice thing about Romanticide. Zoun is able to hold on to all 4 of these bases because there's only 2 entry points.
What?
Wow.
That was so funny.
Dude. Yeah, those probes really. They split in every
probes
which direction.
Are like doing barrel rolls like in between the Banelings.
They're playing Star Fox over here.
Okay, some nice storms, but I don't know if that's enough damage on these Hydras. I think actually DRG can keep pursuing here.
Yeah, totally. Like, you just have to keep the High Templars alive. That is the very most important thing here.
The very most important thing.
Yeah. There's like many priorities, Tasteless, but the one priority here is building that High Templar count. Already got those mutas that were attacked his gateway.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what? This Immortal's like, I don't know either, guys. I don't know what I'm doing here.
I was supposed to be an observer.
Yeah,
no!
That's an observer rally point.
Oh, look at this. We have an Ultralisk Cavern being made. That's cool. You know, against this type of army, if you don't have ultras in there, I mean, if you don't have immortals in there, ultras are actually pretty darn good.
Yeah.
They do really well against zealots. They absorb Psystorm very well. Archons do okay against them, but not as well as the cinematic would trick you to believe.
More Banes are coming up here, popping right on top of the Archons. And I worried, you know, for Zoun that DRG might just have too much. In any of these fights, he might just actually be able to bulldoze over the army.
But if you stay back, like if he doesn't commit out onto the map and he just kind of slowly pushes forward, I can see him still, I think he still has a chance if he's not like committing out onto creep. Ooh, these Banelings, ooh. Okay, actually, he saves almost all his probes, so very well done.
Yeah, beautiful hold there by Zoun. That's exactly what he needs to do if he's going to win this.
Yeah, and look, he's getting into carriers, which is very, very nice. But I think he does need to take one more base very, very soon here. He's sending out quite a few zealots. You know what? This is
coming.
good.
Yeah, here it is. Bane's coming in and devastating the workers. 19 probes killed, but for those Banelings probably more important to be used to defend over here. I'm seeing a lot of action here where there's just nothing to defend here for DRG.
God. Yeah, Zoun actually kind of hits everywhere at once. He's actually hitting core locations.
Yeah, this is
fantastically
wild.
done.
And if
this is more the Zoun that we've been wanting to see here tonight.
Yeah, and I think he can actually push up onto the 4th. I think there's some Banes morphing, like 10, but I think he can actually force cancel. Yeah, I think he could have actually taken that.
And he runs back. I like the retreat. Okay, the Archons are going to stop anything from connecting with these High Templars for now. Oh, but the Ultras are coming.
Ooh, nice storms again. Really premium damage on top of those Hydras.
Yeah, some okay storms still coming up. The Ultra's getting pretty low. If you can pick those off, that's really nice. Those are pretty expensive here. But did he lose all his High Templars?
Well, he's remade a bunch. Oh, this Ultra! Yeah.
Okay, clears that out too.
Gets oatmealed. Now, I think if Zoun can just regroup and power up again here, he'll be good. What's so funny?
You said you got oatmealed and it took me. You know, like the old SNL skit where like the guy thinks of like the comebacks like 10 minutes later and uses a time machine. He's the coolest guy ever.
No, I don't know that, but that's a really funny concept.
Yeah, no, because you know sometimes you think of something. I'm like, oh, this would have been funny to say.
Yeah.
Because like I was like, oh, oatmeal. There's a lot of fiber in that. Yeah, those Ultras have fiberness plating. It was funnier in my head.
You need a time machine to go back and not say that, Justice. That's what you need.
I regret nothing.
Remember that time you really put yourself out there, Artosis? That was a big mistake. That was a big misstep by you. So DRG is right now on one. No, I guess he's actually on 2 bases. That top base at 12 o'clock at the top of the map has been reclaimed.
The Archons here are going to really help him clean that up.
So this is why Archons are good against Lings. Exhibit A over here. There's 91 drones in this game, Artosis.
Yeah, I know. He is Mr. Drone this game. All right, good thing we have a couple drones down there with that Spire. Keep it coming. You can build 2 more Spires so you can get a greater Spire and one at the same time. Keep them together so the macro is easier for upgrading. Can you imagine in a game like this if you wanted 3 Spires to put 2 more down? It would be the stupidest thing anyone could ever do.
Yeah. It's just easier. I forget otherwise. I have 2 Spires in my main.
Yeah. I'm going to forget to get
I'm
plus
really,
2 carapace.
It's really just my macro style to put it down there.
I just like my buildings together. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. These High Templars got to keep them like, oh, nice. He pulls them away from the Ultra.
It's totally fine.
Yeah. This is... I'm starting to like this for Zoun, man. He's really getting quite a nice composition. We do have some infestors added in now.
But I do think that there is a fighting chance right now for DRG.
Yeah.
And if he can just get control of all of his bases and get back to where he was before and then not mess up with not having Banelings there to defend, I think he's going to be okay.
Let's see what these infestors are going to get done. I mean, Fungal plus Ultra Hydra attacking, that is, like, nothing can really kite at that point. We do have a couple of 5 Immortals out right now. Where did those come from? Oh, these Immortals are going to be very unhappy with that.
The drones are long distance mining right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, lives and Infester. Gets mass bungled here.
Serious storms here, man. This is a lot of damage. I don't see the Hydras being microed out of it. It seems like DRG's confident he can force this fight. The Ultra's still in the front, soaking up so much damage as the Hydras deal it from behind.
Yeah, he lost all of his High Templars, unfortunately, there without even casting all of his storms. Those Fungals definitely doing a great job, having a hard time pulling them back. I guess Zoun ends up, like, pushing him back for now, but he doesn't have splash damage, and he's continuing to push forward with low shield Archons and not many interceptors. That is not a good push forward. Right, he's trying to get back, but the Ling's coming up and surrounding.
Oh, this
Look
is
at the
pretty
amount of
good.
units he's losing now.
I think DRG's got this. He's pushing forward. I don't know if there's going to be enough time. The Archons do eventually morph in.
This overcharge doing some serious work, though.
Yeah, but it can't last for too much longer. And barely Zoun survives that, but
I think if he insta pulls away there, he's actually in very good shape here. But
yeah, I
he
agree.
was a bit late on it, and we don't have any High Templars, which is making these Hydras way stronger than they should be.
DRG almost maxed out as well. He's going to be pushing in shortly here.
Okay, Ling's coming up and trying to block everything from getting away. In fact, he does catch one of the Immortals. Looks like another one's going to get caught here as well. Okay, backs up. I feel like Zoun is feeling more pressure than maybe he should. Like the game is not very good for him right now. Like, it definitely looks like DRG is starting to take some serious control, but Zoun is attacking out with his army before it's truly ready. If you do not have Psy Storms to help deal with Hydras, I don't think that you should attack, right? Like, that's the whole thing. They're kind of glass cannon-y. Like, if you throw a storm on them, they're in trouble. But if you're not even hitting them, they're dealing so much damage from behind.
By the way, DRG is getting to the point of, like, no return here. He's going to take the two bases at the top right. He's taking this base that's at 9 o'clock as well. There's not going to be much left on the map for Zoun to soak up here. And I think, again, with him maxing out here, he's just looking for an opening. It's hard when you have an opponent that doesn't have that many bases, and they're pretty well turtled to find any area to hit. I wouldn't mind actually seeing a Nidus network in the main or something.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. That is so stressful watching those Banelings. Oh, it got the High Templars. Oh, turn the probes around, let them die. Keep those High Templars
Templar
alive.
was like jumping on top of a grenade for him. It's like, no, we need you.
He's making the Greater Spire in the bottom left, Tasels.
No, he's not.
He is.
Oh, he is. You're right. I thought you were actually joking. I'm like, haha, Toast, you're so funny. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he's just going to go there. All right.
Yeah. But where's his 2 upgrade spires?
So he might actually end up finishing him off with Broodlords here, or Corruptors even.
Yeah, the Broodlord switch, I think it seems pretty smart.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Funny attack coming in both sides right now. Fungals go down. Now there you go. You throw those storms out, he has to turn around. Dude, Ultras are cool. They just look cool.
They are cool. Another fight over here. You know, Zoun does have to get to another base where he can actually expand.
No.
Oh my god. Big connects with that Fungal. The carriers, all this hard work that he built up to is getting decimated. Nothing on the ground survives in that fight back there. And now the Hydras and the Ultras are going to push forward. More than double the supply of his opponent here. This game is over. DRG wins and will get his rematch against Cure.
Yeah, all right. Well, I think that's going to be a great match. Zoun, I think he played pretty well this game, but
yeah,
he definitely was wasting army a lot of times. Like, he wasn't retaining some of his high-quality units. He was attacking out before his army was really ready several times. Unfortunately, DRG was able to take him down. I'm open, you know, the next Super Tournament coming up. He's been doing well in Super Tournaments. Maybe we can see a reinvigorated Zoun there, but this was his worst tournament this year for us.
For sure. Maybe he's in the middle of a growth spurt in his gameplay. That can happen. You've got a lot of new ideas you're working with, but you haven't really ironed out your play.
Sure.
But, you know, Zoun, who is basically on the rise, has now been flushed out in the round of 16. Coming up next, DRG versus Cure. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
For all the tears I didn't cry, I feel it comfort me as and I can control my mind. Broken down in every road, I've been lost in the crowd. There's no way to crack the code, I'm out. I'm in shadow of the dark. Wanna try to break me out. No one can me down. Everybody trying to break, everybody trying to break, everybody trying to break me out. I'm in shadow of the dark. Wanna try to break me out. Everybody trying to break me down. By the moon, I swear it's in my bones. Anger is going to blow up soon. Every time I'm alone, it or not, I come in fools. Wanna play the game now? Ooh. Come down, see for yourself the truth. I'm the shadow of the doubt. Wanna try to freak me out? No one catching me down. Everybody's trying to break. Everybody's trying to break. Everybody's trying to break me down. I'm the shadow of the doubt. Wanna try to freak me out? Everybody's trying to break me down. Hey, bad guy. Are you by yourself? Hey, bad guy. Are you by yourself? Everybody trying to break. Everybody trying to break. Everybody trying to break. Everybody trying to break me down, 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 down. Everybody trying to break. Everybody trying to break. Everybody trying to break me down, 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 down.
The seams, yeah, it's hard to believe that we made it this far. We were born in a dream, we've been lost out at sea, but together we are unbreakable. I called you up in the early morning light, 'cause something didn't sit right. I didn't wanna lie about it, but I stayed out after midnight. sorry, love, I don't ever wanna fight. Said I didn't mean to lose sight of everything you've done here for me, and I wanna share a good life. Torn at the seams, yeah, it's hard to believe that we made it this far. We were born in a dream, we've been lost out at sea, but together we are unbreakable.
힘들어도
어려워도 이렇게 멈추면 내가 아니지.
오늘이 보여.
새로운 나를 만든다. 나의 레벨은 다르다. 어나더 레벨 핫식스.
이렇게 좋은 날엔 홈캠핑이지. 홈캠핑엔 고기, 고기엔 칠성사이다. 맛있는 자리에 빠질 수 없는 청량함. 완벽하네. 칠성사이다.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
핫식스 타임! 저는 이 핫식스로 선수들에게 응원을 보내보도록 하겠습니다. 꽂혔다면 쏟아부어! 인생 직진 음료 핫식스!
새로운 친구가 나왔습니다. 핫식스 커피 럭키.
모델이 멋있네.
꽂혔다면 쏟아부 인생 직진 음료 핫식스.
Round of 16, Group C. Rogue, Zoun, ERG, Cure. 2021 GSL Season 3, Code S. Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live. 2021 GSL Season 3.
It's time to close out the round of 16. Only 2 players are left fighting for that final spot in the round of 8. This is a rematch of DRG versus Cure. And I don't know, man, Cure is looking like he's playing the best ever. Like, he just is playing so well.
He played a really nice series.
He held his own against Rogue, and it was almost Cure actually going on first into the round of 8, but he's getting that rematch He did cheese out DRG, so I don't know if we're going to have cheesy games again or what, but we'll see.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm sure DRG is going to be a bit more careful about that. I think he probably watched very intently that match between Rogue and Cure.
Yeah.
And probably he's like, maybe pool first is the way to go. Is he going to change his play like that? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we talk about playing a series, but a lot of times you got to be able to play the entire group. So is DRG going to recalibrate correctly, and how is Cure going to approach this? I think it's a big mystery right now. But we're going to find out in a second here. Romanticide is going to be where this starts for this best of 3. DRG versus Cure. Let's go.
GSL Season 3, Codex. Team Envy, DRG. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
So no barracks outside the base or anything like that. DRG going to send a scout drone very quickly. Okay. That's
that's another way to do it.
Yeah, like actually going out and scouting a little bit, not a bad idea considering the way the games have gone so far. It's been a very cheesy day overall. Yeah, he's really checking, man.
It's too bad, though, because there's no proxy right now.
Yeah.
But, this is all from those earlier games and the way the Cure played.
Cure has cultivated this lost mining time.
He's got the Zergs being very cautious here, and it's already working in this game. This drone is not going to find anything, but just because you don't see anything over here now doesn't mean you're not still expecting a barracks hidden somewhere. So, again, a lot of stressors right now for DRG as we start this match.
I think this could be a really interesting series. Like, maybe at this point, Cure just goes into macro games and DRG plays a little bit careful. Thing is, he excels at a macro game TVZ too. I think he's quite strong. But the way that Cure played, like, okay, so the macro game that Cure played, in my opinion, it was a weird game because Rogue was going Roach already. But if he maintains that type of style where he's a little bit more unit heavy, a little bit more pressure heavy rather than powering early on, the way he played it almost guarantees that he'll make it to the very late game. Yeah. Whereas I feel like DRG wins a lot of ZBTs in the early late game, as in we don't have everyone having everything they want. Where it's like it's late game, we're maxing out maybe, but there's so much Ling Bane type of stuff going on that things get volatile, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I feel like every time I try to explain anything today, I'm just like, I have marbles in my mouth and like cobwebs in my brain, and I'm like looking at you and you're just shaking your head no at me like I'm dumb. You're like mouthing at me that you're not even listening to what I'm saying.
He's just taking an illegal substance. He's trying to tell me what he's feeling right now.
Yeah, basically.
I think I feel love, Tasteless.
I think I feel love. Did you know that we're all one, Tasteless?
we're one with the earth, man.
Okay, there's a second factory being made, and it's hidden as well. So this might actually be like a Blue Flame Hellion opener. That, I am intrigued. DRG is like the opposite of Dark, let's say. Right? Where Dark is very likely to go Roaches, DRG almost never really goes Roach against Terran. He's a very much a Ling Bane guy. So that might be what we're going to see here. Like, I'm kind of excited. What do you think, Tasteless?
I don't know. I just hope these gamers have great games.
Yeah. I just hope everyone has fun.
Yeah, I just hope everybody's having fun today.
Yeah. I don't really mind who wins and loses. We're all winners, really.
I just hope we get to tech to Ultralisk Artosis. That's what I'm hoping for.
Is that your favorite unit, Tasteless?
That's my favorite unit.
That's
you know
really
why I
cool.
like it? Because it's big and it's got these giant blades.
Yeah, the blades are cool.
It's got elephant feet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, elephant's your favorite animal?
It's up there, at least top 3 Artosis.
Yeah? What's your other two?
Wombat.
Wombat.
Three-toed sloth.
Oh, okay. The Wombat one's interesting. I didn't expect that, but
yeah, I'm not funny today. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were being serious.
No, no.
That's not. Well, what are your top 3 animals
Ooh,
then, Tasteless?
easy. Komodo dragon.
Okay, there you go. That's
yeah,
a real
that's
one.
a cool one,
That's
right?
a cool one, yeah.
Hammerhead shark.
Oh, yeah.
I'm killing it with
You're
this
killing
list.
it. This
All
is
right.
what I actually wanted
I should
to
have
hear.
just been honest the whole time.
Tasteless, you don't need to pretend to be someone that you're not, okay?
Yeah.
You're safe here, Tasteless, until you say something real dumb. Like something about horse meat, for instance. But, yeah, what's your third? What's your
Third animal, see here. Grizzly bear.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
That's some
killing
sick
it.
animals, dude. Yes. Good job.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Your top 3 animals, Artosis?
Certainly the giraffe. Giraffe is easy number 1.
Ooh, he saved that. That was
Saves
sick.
He saves it.
Giraffe. What else?
Yeah, giraffe.
The emu.
No, not the emu. Probably the octopus I find very interesting right now.
for sure.
Yeah. What would be my third? That's a good question.
Yeah.
Probably the wandering albatross, I would have to
The
say.
wandering albatross.
Yeah.
All right, brave answers there. I dig it.
Brave.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like those are just high-quality animals.
Oh,
All
they're
right,
good.
Blue Flame Hellion drop comes in.
Yeah. But we can morph into these and then die anyways. Oh, get wrecked.
Oh, the wall.
Oh,
But
and he cracked it open.
he did. Nice grenade there, but enough queens and lings do turn him back. Blue Flame Hellbats in the main base will end up getting cleaned up, I think, here, just barely. Trilling Claws on the way. It's going to be a mech game here out of Cure.
Yeah.
Really cool. He's brought such a range today. He's got more range than a big stove.
Oh my god.
Look at that. Runs right by.
The lings just come right in and start to really mess up these SCVs. Huge connects there on the Widow Mines.
And the Blue Flame Hellions come back. They will be able to help clean that up. Oh, another Blue Flame Hellion drop into the main base now. Doesn't target that first volley, so doesn't get quite as much as he could have. Coming back for the heals. The Lings come in to try to help out, but Blue Flame Hellbat's going to do a pretty good job against small amounts of Lings. All right, Trilling Claws is done.
The Roach Warren is nearing completion here. So we've got more of these mutas hatching out here. Now, these mutas are not going to be in position to stop the Widowmine Burrow. Oh my god, that's still connected. I thought for sure he was going to get away from that.
Trilling Claws is all right.
Pretty good.
Yeah, still more Blue Flames going by, and looks like he's going to go ahead and drop some mines out here as well.
Oh my god,
man.
16 kills?
That is
what?
Absolutely brutal. Absolutely. Crazy amounts of damage. Now, 3 Thors on the way, so, I mean, he's not going to lose that much more to these mutas right now. But actually, if you recall, this is the thing that DRG has been weakest to in this matchup is specifically Widowmine drops. He's had a hard time against those.
Yeah.
To the point where it was almost really weird.
This supply block is going to get huge here. Oh my god, I
It's like 5 or 6 Banes there. These mines are doing so much. Now, okay, the mutas are still flying around getting some damage done. He's got a massive supply block on here now. That's not going to matter if he kills everything in his base with those 2 mines.
Okay, this has really been an action-packed game here. So much damage on both sides. The supply block is going to continue on here. This could allow DRG to spike up in supply for a little bit. Oh my god, this Widow Mine is still in the game. Oh, it got even worse, 19 kills.
Crazy, 25 on that Widow Mine alone.
Yeah.
DRG has taken massive, massive damage. Oh no, it gets worse. Oh, okay. Well, at least it didn't hit drones there. Okay, there's like a little counterattack coming out.
Hold on. Can the mutas actually catch that medevac here? Oh, are there not mutas with this army? It's just roaches and lings. I'm sorry.
He's killed 49 drones so far. That's pretty wild. Yeah, the Muta's flying back.
Okay, big catch here.
The dive bomb here up the mines. Okay, gonna move the drones in time, it looks like. Oh, okay, gets a couple. Yeah, this might be about the end of the value he's gonna end up getting from the mine drops. It's been great value, but okay, still gonna send them. I don't mind it. It's like keeping DRG so busy.
Okay, another Widow Mine drop. Going to come in here in the back. You know, the problem is not that he doesn't have detection, but that he has reacted slowly and actually pulling the workers away.
And...
Oh, dude.
That
this is going to be so bad.
Yeah, he doesn't
Oh,
realize.
my God. Look at this. Here is just massacring so many workers. I wish you could see how many workers have been killed in this game overall.
I'm going to tell you it's more than 65.
It's insane. I mean, there's been enough workers. Like, in endgame, that's how many workers a lot of times you have. So it's like he's had to remake pretty much every single worker that's been made in this game.
More Hellions trying to come in. Roach is going to catch him this time.
Yeah, good shutdown there.
More factories being made, turrets as well as he puts down another command.
And we're quietly getting to the point where Terran's going to be maxed out, and that's when the push is going to come in. So as long as he's forcing resets on these workers over and over and over, it's getting harder and harder here for DRG to try to amass what he wants. But DRG's maxing out as well here.
Love that Blue Flame Hellion on the high ground. The drones lining up for these Hellions, and they do get the shots off. Another 7 drones go down. We are in the 70s of drones killed.
Yeah.
That's like, wait, 50 times like 70, that's like 3,500 minerals of drones have been killed, is that right? Casus, do some math real quick, is that correct?
No. I will never do math. I'll tell you something, man. I am not doing math for you or anybody else.
Just won't do it.
Yeah.
It's like all I want for my birthday is you to do some math for me, and you won't.
Like, absolutely not.
Math is the language of the universe, Tasteless.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something, Artos. You want to be friends or never again? Right?
If you do math for me, I'll give up this friendship.
No, I remember being in school and having to do math, and I'm like, you know what? This is something I don't need to be doing all the time.
Okay, look at this. A lot of Thors and tanks. This is the weirdest mech army ever. Like, he has suicided nonstop Blue Flame Hellions and mines, and now he's got like a Thor tank army moving forward.
There was like no end to the harass.
Yeah.
It started and it just never stopped.
It's still going on.
Yeah, and now the push is coming in here. The Mutas are going to counterattack. These Roaches and Ravagers are going to clean up these Hellions, but the threat is really going to be the tanks and the Thors.
I do like the Mutas coming back here and trying to get some damage done. The Thors mostly left. One came home, another one popped out, but he has killed a few siege tanks. Unfortunately for him, though, Cure is getting some damage. So we get 91. Dude, we are at like 4,500 minerals of drones have died.
Wow, we really see these Thors beat up these Ravagers here. The Ravagers can target the tanks. Thors are not nimble units, so they are easy to hit with corrosive bile, as we're seeing right now.
Well, now he's like, I guess that Cure's okay. He's like staying maxed this entire time. He's still killing drones.
Oh my God, 15, 17, 18. The hatch goes down. We're over 100 now as far as dead drones in this game. You're really killing it in this matchup, man.
Yeah.
It is something else.
Yeah, he's looking awesome. DRG having a hard time stopping the drone death, though. He's got to do something about that. Thing is, I don't think Cure's going to play mech again, right? So anything you learn this game might not even be usable. Like, this is probably the best map for it.
But Cure just looks so complete as a TVZ player. It's really impressive.
Catching some of that harass this time. The Mutas are like still actually getting value. It's kind of cool to see.
Is there anything actually to defend down here at the space? I don't see anything. Yeah, I think Terran basically wanted to push out. This is a good way to punish a meching player, is the moment they leave you attack in, because mech units are slower than most other stuff in the game. But what Cure does is comes back with about half, enough to chase this away, but he's still going to have a decent position here on the map. Now, what is left back here for Zerg is what I'm asking. I see Queens. I don't see anything else, though.
Yeah, he's bringing the Queens down. He brought the Mutas back, but I think you're right. Most of his army's in the other direction.
My God, the Mutas are just going to get obliterated by these Thors.
But hold on, here come the Ravagers.
Yeah. And
this many Ravager Roach, he will kill this army without a problem. Dude, this is a wild game. Like, DRG, despite the amount of damage he's taken, he has been maxed like the whole time. It's just his army is not as efficient. As you can see, like, just the attack move here even lands his Vikings help fight against Ravagers. Not something you see every day.
Yeah, I think that we're about to see DRG get broken here. I think this is a really good siege tank setup. I know Ravagers can counter siege tanks, but there's a point where you have so many Ravagers that they are actually just eating too many tank shots.
Yeah.
When tanks are low in numbers, then Ravagers are suddenly extremely strong versus them. But when you have like 6 or 7 tanks, and dude, this Thor lives.
Oh man, that +3 armor really doing a lot. I mean, he does have +2 attack on the Mutas, which is nice. Oh god.
Oh, here we go.
More drones.
Can we get to 200 before this game's done?
That would be crazy.
Look, I think we win something then, right?
I think so. All right, the Muta's coming in with the magic box, but is that going to be enough? God, I mean, it's +2 attack on the Thors, right? So the amount of damage being put out is pretty crazy, but the Thors are starting to fall. Oh my god. Tasteless. Siege tanks do not shoot up.
Yeah, well,
oh god, mines are coming.
Here's the thing, they do shoot up, they just don't hit anything in the air. It's this weird thing.
That's true.
You see that they are pointed in the air when they're in siege mode.
Yeah,
it's
that's
one
how
of
it goes so far.
It's one of the great mysteries of the game, Artosis.
All right, DRG does GG. That was an interesting game. Like, I think DRG fought very well considering he took some of the most drone damage that you'll ever see. The harassment was non-stop from Kira. Kira played a really cool game there.
Kira is looking amazing, man.
He is. I am liking him.
I'm a Kira fan today.
Yeah, me too.
DRG.
But I'm a DRG fan for life.
That's right. That's why we got those matching DRG tattoos. Light Shade is where map 2 will be played. DRG versus Cure right now. Cure, I'll tell you, man, he really has a deep understanding of this matchup. He has some of the widest range of plays we've ever seen. I think Cure's going to take it 2-0. What about you?
I'm feeling that as well, actually.
Yeah.
But you know what? That was kind of worst case scenario for DRG. Attacking his drones with mines has always been good against him. Let's see if he can do better on Light Shade.
GSL Season 3 Codex. Team Envy, DRG. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Cure.
Cool first build from DRG.
Very cool.
Not surprised that he's going to mix that in here.
Yeah.
And it's actually a command center first from Cure.
Oh, wow. Okay. I feel like we don't get to cast this scenario very often.
Yeah, we don't see many command center first, but all right. I mean,
so command center first is oftentimes like a build you never would use if it's a best of 1. But if you're in a series, basically, if you go command center first and you go unpunished, you're like way ahead.
Yeah, it's a good mix and build. There's no question. Now, do the Lings make a beeline across the map? I think they will. Seems it. 2 racks being made at the top of the ramp, so he does have a wall. He's not going to die. And in fact, like the pool first, I don't know that these slowlings are going to be aggressive enough. I don't think he's going to get the command center or anything, Tasteless. Like, I think you're able to produce Marines and eventually push these back.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The Lings are going to come up here. It's going to be very important that you control this well. Okay, so he sees this. So we need to see if there's any kind of shift in what he does. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's done, right? And you can just repair at the top of your ramp. And this is like, it's not even add-ons as part of the wall.
Yeah.
That's bad news for DRG right there.
Yeah, no, this is
It's like the ultimate econ build against the pool first.
Yeah, and he only went pool first, guys, because he's afraid of proxy racks. Because he's damaged goods.
He is. He's been cheesed so much today. Trying to catch something here.
I like just sending the SCV across a scout. Nope, I'm not even going to try to get this up my ramp into my main.
Yeah, why not? Queen comes out to zone it back.
And so right now we've got Stim coming, 2 barracks cranking out Marines, 3 at a time with a factory on the way.
Third hatch goes down. The Queen going to help to catch this, so not much intel really. Yeah, bunker coming up just for safety's sake. Look at that worker count, man. Cure at 27 against 28 from DRG. Man, that's got to feel good.
He's playing amazingly. Again, Cure really, I think, set up for this group extremely well. I mean, basically just did such a deep dive into ZVT that no matter what happens, he always has something he can try to play out in the matchup. He has not run out of ideas. You know, he's been playing phenomenally. I think he's going to take this game, just looking at the positions they're both in and how these build orders interacted.
Oh, yeah. You know, he definitely has the advantage. I mean, I'm not going to call it right now because DRG, even from behind, can be quite good if his economy goes a little bit unhindered, right? Like,
right.
Even that last game, he was in a terrible spot, but he still fought for a long time. Like, he macros up really quickly. He's good at moving his units around. Ah, Armory coming up. So this looks like it's going to be a very heavy Marine Hellbat push.
That's an interesting follow-up from what the build does. I think a lot of people, when they see someone get away with the command center first, they're thinking, okay, you're going to power up with a very straightforward push, right? We're talking medevac, siege tanks, Marines. But this is kind of an alternative attack out, you know, where you suddenly have Hellbats, and these pushes are meant to basically throw the Zerg off balance and then end the game. And there's a chance Zerg is greedily powering up on the other side of the map because they have to compensate for the fact that the Terran pulled off the greedy build. So this is a really cool idea.
Yeah, I think DRG is doing the right thing. Like, he's been pretty non-stop on Queens. He's got a decent creep spread. He has Carapace on the way, Lair on the way, a lot of Lings out. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult, I think, because it's many more Marines than you're used to in this type of situation.
Yeah.
And the Ling's coming down.
And Lings really can't do anything against this. Stim is done as well. He's kept the medevac alive. The Lings just aren't going to get any surface area. This game, I think. Oh, hold on. He killed the medevac. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it's tough, though. There's so much damage output. Now the Stim comes
this
down.
Is too much from Terran. I think Cure's going to the round of 8.
Definitely does look that way right now. Oh, man. Killing off these drones. He's already killed all the Queens, and DRG letting it sink in a little bit. It was a tough night for him. I feel for it. Like,
this is the end of his story here now.
The Ling's coming out, but another medevac's already here. He's killed the hatchery. Even if you clear this army, the lead is massive. Yeah, GG. And Cure going to advance, I think, well deserved. He's looking very good right now.
Cure put in the work today.
He looks like the 3rd best Terran in GSL right now.
Oh, yeah. And honestly, like, I kind of thought he was going to get knocked out first. He's had some pretty bad performances in other GSLs, but today, he is top tier. He deserves to go to the round of 8.
Yeah.
A rough ending here for DRG. You know, everybody in this group kind of expects Rogue to get out first, so it's almost like a group of 3 players. You know, you know you're going to get out second with Rogue here, and I think DRG set his goals and his high, but wasn't able to deliver.
Yeah.
Cure goes on. We're going to get an interview. Andy will translate that for us. Let's see how Cure's feeling. after having just a breakout performance in the matchup TVZ. Pulling the vest off. Nice.
After many games today, Cure locked in the second place of Group C, and he moves on to round of 8. Congratulations, Cure. Thank you.
네, 자, 준우승했던 2020 GSL 시즌 1 이후 6시즌
After 2020 season 1, where you were the runner-up, this is your round of 8 after 6 seasons. How do you feel? Well, it's been really long. It's been a long time. I was really desperate for the win today. I did make good preparation, but I thought I would be able to win in the winners match, but I had too many mistakes, and I was pretty sad about that game. But luckily, I was able to advance. Today, Cure, you played really differently. You went for the proxy barracks, which was very sharp. So what happened to you, Cure, that made you go for the proxy barracks? You know, my mindset is that I just want to be really good at the game. So I just think about my builds all day long, every morning, every night. I don't work out, I only play games. And today I was able to have good results. Not working out, only thinking about games, Cure. Impressive. In DRG, you went for the proxy triple barracks against him in the winners match, and you were able to win the game. I mean, I had 2 Zergs in my group, and as I was strategizing and making my builds, it really stressed me out. And the strategy I used today against Rogue was something that I practiced yesterday, just with one day before. And out of the strategies you used against DRG today, there was the helmet repair build as well. So what was the background behind that? Well, since all the Zergs in my group are also good at the medium and middle at the late game, I pondered about my builds, and I felt like that build would work as long as I don't show my front field. And I think I made a good build for that. Yes, indeed, that was a good build. The winners match was very sad for you, Cure. You were defending against the Lurkers, but then the game just finished. It felt like your strategy was to cope with the Vipers, so what was that about? Well, in the late game, compared to Rogue, I don't play much late game matches. So it felt like Rogue was definitely superior in the late game strategies. But against DRG in the last match, in the final match, you were able to use the Widow Mine so well to gain the victory over him. And this is your round of 8 after 6 seasons, Cure. In the round of 8, you will be going up against the first place of Group D, Parting. And you met him in the Super Tournament before. So what do you think about your opponent? Well, Parting is definitely different compared to other Protoss players. His playstyle is very unique. So you know, I cannot anticipate what he's gonna do. But I'm gonna have to prepare really hard for that match. Well, Cure, this is a round of 8 in a long time, so I'm sure you're really happy right now. So before you go, anything you want to say? Well, recently, I've not been able to show good results in the Premier Leagues. This time in the GSL, I want to show good results. Once again, congratulations, Cure, on your advancement. Thank you.
I too have not been working out and only playing games.
Well, maybe Dream needs to try that if he wants to get the round of 8.
I walk by the gym, just see these idiots lifting weights, and I go, what are they doing?
All right, here are our results, and honestly, these 2 players definitely outplayed everyone else in the group. Rogue and Cure both advanced. I'm very excited to see how Cure can do, and of course, Rogue going up against Dark again. That round of 8 bracket, man.
That's a sick round of 8 bracket.
Yeah. I think we'll show that. Yeah, here we go. Zest versus Dream, Rogue versus Dark on that side of the bracket.
Wow, Rogue Dark, another mirror match.
I know.
A rematch from a previous season.
Trap Maru Kier parting. This is insanity.
Yeah, 2 great PVTs here.
Yeah.
3, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 PVTs, okay.
And a ZVZ.
And a Zed versus Zed.
It's going to be a lot of fun this round of 8. Honestly, you look at these matches, all these matches are very good. None of them actually look one-sided, do they? They all look like good matches.
They're all, I think, really tough to call.
Like, if you had Rogue versus anyone else, I'd be like, well, that match is not very good because Rogue will slaughter, but
yeah, I
this
think
is
maybe
just good
Party
matches.
beats Kier, but Kier looks so good today. If his PVT is anything like his TVZ, or I mean his TVP, excuse me, is anything like his TVZ, he could maybe hold his own against Party.
Well, he could get lucky. Party might start going to the gym and working out and stuff and not think about the game all day.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? Put those weights down. Get off that treadmill now. You got to be the champion.
No, don't pick them back up. That's just working out.
Well, guys, this was fun. A little bit shorter than I expected. It's 9:40 p.m. at night over here? Okay.
Yeah, pretty quick night.
We're going to be back on Monday. Fun Day Monday. Zest versus Dream and Rogue versus Dark.
Yes. Zest versus Dream, Rogue versus Dark. Who do you think wins Rogue Dark this time?
I don't know.
It's Rogue.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
I think Zest Rogue advanced. Oh, man, this is going to be a good
I think
season
Dream
GSL.
Dark advance. How about that? We're fighting now.
We can't be friends.
We can't be friends now, Artosis.
And then when one of us is right, he's the leader. Then.
He's the leader.
Yeah. We're finally going to decide who the leader is.
Who is the
between us.
alpha?
I just noticed we haven't had a leader for 11 years of GSL.
Yeah, it's basically been chaos.
Yeah. But we're taking care of that with these round of 8 bets.
But what if Zest wins, but then Dark wins? I guess
Then I win. Then I win because no, the TVP is a more direct matchup. CVZ, anything can happen.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's madness. Guys, we need to close out this show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. And don't forget, the ASL is still on the YouTube channel. Yeah,
yes.
Check that out.
Yeah, it's on the channel that you're watching this on now. So just
the next group will be up tomorrow.
I'm like, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think.
Wow, you're a real YouTuber.
I'm a real YouTuber.
Yeah.
Tell me in the comments what you think. I really want to know, guys.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What would you have done?
I'm going to be reading the comments all day after the video's out.
But you'd have to sound like that.
Yeah.
Because nothing makes
That's
you
what
dumber
it sounds like when people think those thoughts. So, yeah, go check out the ASL VOD. We're going to continue to have those recorded and out as quick as possible. We've got a new method in place for doing that more efficiently. Yep. So you're not done. You're like halfway done.
I know.
Maybe go to the bathroom and then start that VOD.
Or start the VOD, and while like the opening is happening, go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom and be on your phone.
Oh, you did it. You figured it out. Stay in the bathroom on your phone.
Yeah. Maybe the games are so good you're just sitting on the john. Just like, oh, my God.
And maybe your mom is just like, honey, are
It's
you okay?
Hours of VOD, just poop on your butt. It's like, that's not safe. You got to get that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, look, these games are so good, I can't even pull my pants up. Don't do that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So that's the inner monologue
Let's
of the
not
guy
go
who
to
ate the horse meat.
Yep.
Here we go, Tasteless.
My buttons were popping out. When we were doing the interview, one of my buttons opened up here. I'm like, or Dan was just looking at my belly button. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry about that.
I know.
I gotta close that up.
So classy.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, man. We already talked about the round of 8. We talked about the games today.
We talked about the other show we do.
Yeah.
I can't believe the Creamcasters are still going.
Yeah. Well, they always have a lot to say.
They're
so
like, all right,
that's
now that
cool.
we're done, let's see if we can say the alphabet backwards. What do you think?
Yeah, it's a hard one. I've done it.
He's lying. That's all the time we have, guys. Until next time, we'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Africa TV Free Cup Studio Live 2021 GSL Season 3.